Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? My name's Spencer, and this is the Stack Man, and we are best ball draft addicts. Welcome to the show tonight. We are pumped to be jumping in and doing some millionaires. That puppy is filled.
Yeah, it was close though. We got really, really close.
It was close to being here still. And hey, Zero, what's up, buddy?
There he is.
Zero, I know you don't have many millionaires left. I don't know if you're going to be joining with us tonight, but yeah, Zero, I found out, the other night from him whenever we were drafting that he's used his early. His strategy was to use his entries early.
Yeah.
So which is a very interesting one because I'm sure he's got a lot of good CLV, like closing line value on his ADP. Oh man, he had two left, but he maxed it a few days ago. Dang it,
Gotcha.
bud. Uh, but yeah,
Which ones are
right
you doing
now,
now then? What are you playing now then? Just
yeah,
curiosity.
yeah. Now that the fast puppies, what you drafting tonight, Zero? He might be drafting over on DK because he
Oh,
does that as well.
sure. That makes sense.
But yeah, so Cory, tell me, my
Yeah.
friend, what's happened in these last few days? Anything been going on in the world of football that we need to talk about?
Patrick Mahomes fully cleared. So that just confirmed what I have been saying for 6 months that he was going to be there week one. What's up, Chad?
Chad, hello.
Hello. Actually, I don't know. This is not fantasy relevant. I don't know if you saw the little thing about Kyle Shanahan got in a car accident and got pretty banged up.
I didn't see that actually. Was
Yeah.
that something today?
It's happened this week. Schefter put it out there today, but it happened earlier in the week.
Gotcha. Chad says Tony Romo.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Tony Romo got popped for DUI. Um, George Kittle is on the pup. But
That's not very surprising.
no, I mean, like pups right now don't mean much of anything. And on the flip side, it's funny because like we hear neighbors isn't going on the pup, and we're like, lights up, let green light, let's go. And Kittle's on the pup, and they're like, it's no big deal. It's like, so is it?
I
Which
would have
way is
said
it?
the same thing though. If
But
Neighbors was on the pub myself, I would have said, "Oh,
yeah,
that's to be expected."
yeah. No, exactly. But I really think it was just we were all waiting for some kind of affirmation that we're not that like to take neighbors, like we needed something we haven't had good news on him in a year. So
Mm-hmm.
like he even came into camp banged up last year. He was a toe that he'd been dealing with since college. So it was just, I think, like finally good news on neighbors. Wheels up, let's go.
Yeah, and yeah, Zero
Yep.
says he thought Neighbors wouldn't go on pup, so this is nice. He can still miss 1 to 3 games easily or get added late. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And this is also true. I agree
Yeah.
with this as
Yeah, no,
well.
yeah, it for sure. It like I've been drafting neighbors this entire time as I'm gonna get the real reward will be the second half of the season. That's how I've approached him this entire time. I haven't been afraid to click his name, but I do it knowing that I need to remember. Like I'm probably going to get my best ROI from him probably in after at least the first quarter of the season, if not the first half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I do
absolutely.
remember that. Like because he said there was the talk that they would take Carnell or Tate or Tyson at 105, the Giants, and like he literally was watching live on I think it was Micah Parsons' podcast, and said like straight up like if they draft don't you better not draft a wide receiver at 105 or else because like he's like I'm supposed to be the one. I'm paraphrasing here, but I'm supposed to be the one. They draft a guy at 5, he's going to be making more than me. That ain't happening. That ain't cool. Like he essentially said, "Don't do it."
Well,
But
I was going to say, I'm not surprised to hear that at all about Malik, because one thing that I will always remember is I was listening to an interview last year with a college teammate of Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. And the interview, they were talking about Brian Thomas, but in that, they specifically mentioned how the massive difference in personalities between Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, where when they were on the same team, and it's just how they are. Like Malik Neighbors is that alpha.
Mm-hmm.
He's the diva, right? He's the throw me the dang ball.
Yeah.
Whereas Brian Thomas is just sort of a laid back, chill dude. He's not out there making a bunch of noise or hooting and hollering, demanding the ball, stuff like that. He's just along for the ride, which is cool. That's not a bad thing. It's just a difference in their personalities. And it was kind of just, it was whenever Brian Thomas was really failing last year. And it was just sort of kind of talking about how, hey, he's just along for the ride with what his team is doing. He's not going to be out there throwing a fit because he's not getting 15 targets a game.
Yeah. And Zero just brought up Tate, and yeah, I mean, I'm high on Tate as well. And rookies for the most part that I've seen should have, or like are reporting to camp already. And from what I've heard, again, it's camp, take it for what you will, grain of salt, but that Tate looks the part. He's a dog. I think him and Wandale complement each other so well. And again, Cam Ward, I'm investing in him because yes, he was awful last year, but he was also on such a bad team that it should turn around. He's at least been they gave him the weapons, the coaching, everything to turn it around. Now the ball's in his court. That's all we can do. Hey, last year I got fooled by JJ McCarthy. I hand up, I was a big McCarthy guy, not because of his talent, but because of his surrounding cast and the coaching. I just didn't see how he could miss, and boy, did he miss. I'll never forget that first Monday Night Football and just watching. I'm like, oh God, what have I done? Oh no. Oh my God. He looks so bad. Just lost out there.
Yeah, he did right out of the gates.
Yeah.
So, and Boston, he's saying Boston has been balling out already too.
Yep. I mean, if he could just if the only thing for he's just give him quality targets, like just give him something he can catch. So it's fun, Real, if you don't want to draft Rome or BTD. Yeah. No, I like him.
Chad bringing up some baseball talk here. Dylan Cease pitched a complete game tonight. Dylan Cease is a monster. Talk about a dog. Dylan Cease is that in baseball for pitching. He is a horse. That's what they call it in baseball. And he's been off to a great start with the second half of the season. That's for sure. It's rare for a 6'4" rookie to show that smooth without pads and with pads. Talking about Boston, buddy, is that he moves better than Higgins, who I loved.
Oh, yeah, well, than Jaden Higgins, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm loving all the positive Boston talk, because one thing I know we've all been in agreement on is drafting Denzel Boston on our teams.
Yeah, I just updated my stuff when I was going to go. I'm at 13% on Denzel Boston, and that's climbing. So,
Sauce God says, "Are we clip watching through X? How are we seeing this stuff?" Yeah, Zero. How do you see a lot of this stuff? Because I'll tell you. For me, I'm not really seeing right now. I'm not seeing anything because I'm not really looking. So I'm just hearing what people say on podcasts or on YouTube videos that I listen to.
I'm clip watching, beat writers, that kind of stuff. I mean, that's really all we've got. And then the fan base, there's generally some sort of word of mouth. Like for me, Chiefs fan, when Chiefs camp starts up at St. Joe, then that it'll be the beat reporters because I'm following all of them and stuff like that. But also there will be boots on the ground. Just people that, I know that are there, or a friend of a friend, and watching some of these guys and stuff. So hearing that kind of stuff trickle in and everything. But yeah.
And Chad asks, is this the last week of baseball until fantasy playoffs or one more? One more, Chad. One more. This and one more.
Dang it.
I'm almost positive.
I need it to end because I'm holding on.
I say I'm pretty sure about that. I guess I can't. I'd have to go back and double check myself, but I'm pretty sure that I remembered it was into the first week of August. But I did see those videos today of Marvin Harrison Jr. dropping balls. Oh, really? But Marv dropping already, huh?
He's fine. He's just got to get these early training camp jitters. Well,
early, yeah, I've got to, yeah, wipe off the cobwebs.
Please be good, Marv. Please, I'm begging you. If you suck again, I'm still gonna draft next year. I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be a harder click.
Hey, it'll be better really if it's even lower, though.
Yeah.
And
remember, the game that stands out to me most about Marv is that Thursday Night Football last year. I think it was Seattle, but where he had just those two horrendous drops in the first half, and just you could see it on his face of like, if you could encapsulate the pressure of a top pick and a supposed prodigy failing, that's what it looked like. You could just see it on his face of like, maybe I don't have it. But then he came out and was a beast in the second half. And I was like, thank God. I was nervous.
Yeah. So I completely understand. And Chad says, I heard from BDGE that Worthy is a potential bum. Yeah, well, Worthy is what he is, which is he's definitely a potential bum, but he has the speed. He just is what he is. He's just one of those guys that, yeah, he's boom bust. He's your classic boom bust.
I've heard enough out of Reed and really everyone else, and it's been consistent in that it really was that shoulder injury that just threw everything off for him. And he came back. He had to wear a harness the entire season, and they protected him of like the entire year of just not putting him in situations where he wasn't going to re-injure himself. And so it is what it is. He let everybody down, me included, last year. But I think I'm confident that it'll be better.
Yeah, and you know me, I'm not a big Worthy drafter. I'll mix them in.
You were last year. You were last year, so I think you got a little PTSD, right?
Well, I wasn't that big.
Yes, you were. Oh, yes, you were. As soon as the Rice stuff was going, like the 6-game suspension, you were pounding, like, because you and I both were going nuts on Worthy.
Well, I'm going to go see.
I'm going to go you see. Were. Let me. I'm going to have to call shenanigans on that
one. Let me pull up my exposures.
He hurt you. Okay, he hurt you. See. He hurt all of us.
So, Underdog rate. Okay, I don't have it on this. I don't have it on this spreadsheet. But nonetheless, I'm looking up right now. I'm going to see here. I just want to know because I could be. You might be right. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, yeah, no. So this was out of 414 drafts. That's how many I did last year. Man, I've already blown past last year. 4.3%. So I definitely wasn't big on him.
I just remember after the Rice suspension came down, I just remember you talking like you were drafting him like crazy. So maybe it was super, super low and you got it up to that. But
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is how I agree. Again, he's boom bust. He's fine.
I really think that he's one of those guys that just everybody was high on last year because of how he ended his rookie year in having to assume the wide receiver one role, and he started to and I didn't get fooled by that. Now I'm always going to overdraft Chiefs. That's just what I do. But he had that huge game in the Super Bowl blowout because it was a bunch of junk time, but he had like 8 catches for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I kept trying, I was communicating to people like, he's not like Rashee Rice is still the number one. And obviously he was last year too, and he came back. Now, the offense that we saw last year, I just can't imagine it. That has to be the worst iteration this offense will ever be. But I also drink the red Kool-Aid, so take that for what it is. But
he's the worst. They're
different players. The one thing that has been crazy about Worthy is that he really hasn't been very good on deep balls. Like, this just not really his thing. That was supposed to be. Mahomes also, and this is coming from me, Mahomes has not been very good throwing the deep pass for a minute now. Like, he's pretty off target on a lot of those. That's why I've been taking Tyquan a lot, because Tyquan, he's going to be that field stretcher more so than Worthy has. But yeah, I mean, I guess in terms of like the comparison, I guess you could make the argument he's kind of like a poor man's JMO. So yeah.
Yep. And by the way, so Chad mentioned this earlier. So the other night, after we streamed, he has a screenshot of this. The other night after we streamed, we jumped in over with Jeremy, and while we were drafting over there doing a Millionaire, Zero and I made a bet, and it was a Harold Fannin versus Kyle Pitts bet for a Millionaire entry next year. And the bet is, I bet Harold Fannin will finish with more points, so ranked higher at the end of the season. And points per game, because I think it'll be points and points per game than Kyle Pitts. And Zero is Team Pitts. So, and Chad was in there with us. He screenshotted that, so he's got the proof. Now we've talked about it on our stream, so the bet is on next year, Zero.
Let you see.
I'm surprised you let me have Pitts. I would have done Goddard versus Fannin. We should have redone it.
Too late now. You already let him have Pitts. What's going on, Cleves?
What's up, Cleves? How you doing, buddy? Good evening, my friend. Hey, we've got Zach. Zach here says he's Team Fannin. Dude led NCAA in yards and receptions. Fannin is a beast. That's the thing. Is I know Pitts can be good, but I just think that Pitts is what we've seen, which is he's definitely more of a boom bust with more on the bust than the boom. And I think that Fannin will be good.
There's a graphic recently that it
will be
age 25 season or stats through age 25 for Travis Kelce and Kyle Pitts, and it's almost identical. And now, he played more seasons. Like, that's more seasons, I think, accumulation, because he came into the league at 20, and Kelce didn't really play much until like 23 probably, or 24. But anyway, I saw that and I was like, see, that's all you need. He's basically Travis Kelce.
He's Travis Kelce 2.0. Pitts is a dog, he says. Pitts is a dog, baby. No, yeah, hey,
Pitts is like, hey, he's Marv. He's the tight end Marv. Like, he just, you just stick with him. It's gonna pay off. And then last year, it paid off. Tight end 2, the tight end 2.
So Zero, by the way, Zero was on Hartman's stream the other day with him. That's awesome.
Yep, I tuned into that for a little while. It was great. Not live. I had to catch it after, but.
And then, this is going to happen. It'll be all year long. It'll be Fannin. And then, at the end of the season, this is what'll happen. Pitts will have this game.
It still counts, baby. It still counts.
It'll count. We did have an 11 games played.
It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. When the lights get bright, Kyle Pitts shines.
Man, that was a 4.5 hour stream. Whoo, dog.
Ooh, baby.
That was a long one.
It's a lot of content, y'all.
Chad is all about Fannin because he's Team Shedeur Sanders, who he says should start week 1. We know you are, buddy. You are Team Shedeur Sanders all the way. And I have no I honestly have no idea what's going to happen there. So the other day I did a back-to-back drafts where I did almost the same build. I took Fannin in both, and I waited until the last round to take a third quarterback. In one draft, I took Deshaun. One draft, I took Shedeur because I can't commit to either or.
Well, we were talking the other day about how sometimes in those kind of stacks, with if there's some quarterback controversy, if you will, then it sometimes the stack might be Cory. So Spencer was building a Falcons stack and ended up getting sniped on Tua and couldn't get Penix either, and then Penix. Yeah. And I was like, well, it's almost kind of hedging a little bit. You've got the playmakers part of that, but now you don't have the volatility of the quarterback. So I specifically said that. I was like, it's kind of like the Browns. You don't have to back either horse, so it doesn't matter, but you got the playmakers if you're going with the Browns team. So that was my thinking process behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like that. It helped make me feel good for missing out.
The thing is, I'd also say, don't tilt over missing out on Michael Penix. I know you weren't. I
wasn't,
but it's one of those, like, if that's the worst that happened in that team, you're gonna be fine.
It'll be just fine. Yeah,
just fine, baby.
And here's the best point of all. Undead Brandon says, personally, I stay away from ambiguous quarterback situations, but I'm always okay with ambiguous running back rooms 100%. Like when we're talking about these guys, out of my now 500 plus teams, I'm literally 1% Shedeur, 1% Deshaun. I'm probably 2 or 3% on the Tua. So for me, these guys are very low. I'm 0% on Penix. 0% as in I've taken him once or twice, but it's like 0 point something.
You could still do that this year with Danny Dimes. Like I take Colts players unstacked, like Warren Taylor. I'll do that unstacked or without Jones all the time.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Well, we've talked for quite a while here.
I was just peeping on real quick in my portfolio on the fast puppies. Now that's all done, I did 50 of them, and man, I feel like I just Kamara. I'm at 20%, and I was like, I got my last early shares in before he really starts to climb up, because he's been going way ahead of ADP, at least in the drafts I've been in.
Oh yeah, well, two things kind of happened in the Underdog streets that coincided at the same time. One of them was Kamara being re-signed for the year, right? So them committing.
He restructured. He restructured.
Or restructured. And then two, we had the PPR contest. So people got used to clicking him earlier in the PPR contest. And then I think that sort of helped translate over where you had both factors. At least that's the way I was looking at it as to why his ADP's been rising so much.
I was a very early Kamara guy, so hopefully that pays off. I'll never, ever, ever stop. Yeah, I will actually. Everybody has a price. Okay. All right. Why don't we say we fire up a draft?
Yeah, let's fire one up. Anyone in here want to do a millionaire? Let's get ready. Let's do it.
We were talking about Kamara. If you missed that part, Chad, we were talking about Alvin Kamara ever since he restructured to stay with the Saints. All righty.
Okay.
Let's see here. Oh yeah. I guess it doesn't matter, because if we end up doing two, then I'll just use the free entry on the other one. I was going to say I've got my free entry, but I can just enter it. It'll ask me to use the free entry component. Isn't that how it works? Or I could just go to the thing and use it, but whatever.
I think you go to the promo and you hit use entry, and then you just go enter, and then it applies it.
Yeah, because even if it doesn't, I'll just use it on the next one if it doesn't work this time. So whatever. Okay. Anyway, real quick. Sorry, I'm firing her up.
All right, I got it ready when you are.
Here we go. Okay. All right. Let's do this. As always, we're counting down from 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter.
It's all right. 7 more, 5 more. All right.
Yeah. Not too bad
4
for
more.
that. For BBMs are easier than the fast puppies, but
3 more.
still,
Usually,
yeah,
you
but
just never know, though.
It's still filling up quick though.
All right, I'm going to get it ready for the screen here.
Exactly. That's my exact thought. I'm just going to go at this point. I'm going down with the ship. Like in Dynasty, I just keeping my shares. I shopped them around a little during the draft, and honestly, like people wanted nothing to do with him. I'm like, all right, well then we're just going down with the ship. Then I hitch him a wagon to that guy, and we're gonna pray.
Hitch and pray. So I'm to Zero's point. I know that I'm not a I'm not a Marv drafter this year, hardly. Not that I won't. I will take him some, of course, I recognize, but I just don't do it a lot. And I'm looking last year, I didn't do it a lot. Last year I did it at a 6.5% clip. And I'm kind of wondering myself what I did 2 years ago.
We got Cleves at 2. We're full, by the way. I don't know if you saw, but Cleves at 2. Chad got it.
Let me get that pulled up here.
I am at 7. Undead Brandon is at 8. Spence
nice.
at 10. If anybody else that I didn't just say is in here as well, holla at your boy. Let us know what your handle is if I missed you.
Holla at your boy.
It just feels weird Zero not being in here. But
I know.
I'm representing the brand for this one.
Don't worry, Zero. He's got you.
I got it. I got it covered.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, and Marv's rookie year, whenever he was going at the 1-2 turn, I drafted him at 3.3%. And I remember that year, that was in 24, that was probably around 600 drafts. So, yeah, for 2 years in a row, I've just not been.
Marv's rookie year ADP was insane. Me,
that was insane.
Truther, yeah. I wasn't taking him because it's like that's nuts. And his rookie year was fine. Yes, did he return ADP? Absolutely not. But he had like 800 plus yards and like 8 touchdowns. You take that from almost any rookie. Honestly, okay. Carnell Tate was the 4 pick this year. If Carnell Tate, if he put up 850 and 8 touchdowns with like however many catches, I don't think that's a bad year.
Right.
Ooh, Justin Jefferson at 6. Okay.
Beautiful. Hey, what's going on, Billy? Yeah, so absolutely. Definitely let me know what you're talking about. Oh, this is a loaded question for Zero, Zach. Zero, go to town on Jacksonville wide receivers, my friend. Yeah, this definitely
always a good thing.
Okay. Who did you go with, Cory?
I went with McCaffrey at 7.
BMC. All right. And I will go ahead and grab some CD land. Look at Jefferson going at 6.
I know.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right. So I know you said it, but I'm going to look at the board myself here. Yeah. So I see, because I just had this the first time I've done it. So yeah, Cleves at 2, like you said, Chad at 3, you, Brandon at 7 and 8, and me at 10. Okay. All right.
And what did what is Zach? How do you feel about the Jacksonville wide receiver room? Having a hard time figuring it out. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm like, yeah, go to town. I know that Zero has a lot of thoughts. Say them as quickly and precise as possible. For best ball, I prefer BTJ, Jacoby, then Travis Parker in terms of cost adjusted bets. There's the quickest, easiest way to say it for sure.
I am in the same order. And because Zero and I have been lockstep in that. Parker Washington is just, I just still think he's being overdrafted. Spence, you're gonna love this one.
Oh yeah, you know
CMC Bowers.
CMC Bowers. It's coming home.
It's a million. It's a millionaire. We're going for it.
Go for it. Go big, baby. Go big. I love it. I love whenever I'm starting off a team. I told you I did that $80 single entry Frenchie that they did on Friday, and I got pick 6 right where you're at. And this is exactly how I started my team in an $80, where I'm like, hey, whenever there's only like 650 people on that contest, period. So I'm like, I'm just trying to be the best out of 650 teams. Who cares about CMC's potential injury or any of the downside? I'm just looking at the upside. The upside is number 1 guy easily every week, and you're getting him at pick 6.
Yeah. And the BTJ thing, we've talked about it before. It's more, there's guys that you bet on the talent than the situation. And I just love BTJ's talent. I've always been a BTJ guy, and I just think he's the more talented player. But it also, I saw with my eyes that the chemistry with him and Lawrence just didn't seem to be there like it was with Myers and Parker Washington. So I get it. I don't think people are crazy for taking Parker Washington or anything like that. It's just I'm just not there. I'm a Jacoby guy through and through. I just BTJ on talent, but Myers just because of where he's going, and he tends to fall beyond ADP a fair amount too. So,
yep. And my feeling. I've already talked about it, but I'll do it again real quick while you're getting ready to pick. Go Neighbors. You don't have to. I'm just like, if you're shooting for upside,
it was between 2 players. It was between 2 players, and I'm like, man, I know Ladd's my guy, but like, I think we're just going all ceiling on this one.
I told you on my $80 one, that's what I wanted to do. My thought process was Neighbors in the 3, because whenever I'm shooting for the most upside I can for a team like that, give me Malik Neighbors. But he went the pick before in the spot that Higgins went here. Oh boy. Let's get us another Ladd share in there.
My highest exposure to any first round pick last year was Malik Neighbors. And I still I'm not trying to say my advance rate was, but still, and I didn't do as many drafts as y'all. I mean, I did like 100, but my advance rate was still pretty high, even with Neighbors. So it doesn't kill you doing that, but
it doesn't hurt, or it doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It's not good. I wasn't,
Yeah,
I think my advance rate would have been probably through the roof if Neighbors could have hit, but it was not meant to be. Twas not meant to be.
Twas not meant to be. So I'm going to do this draft here without looking at any exposures, but I did tell you I did actually load my exposures onto the Best Ball Portfolio tool this afternoon. And specifically for Millionaire, I was surprised at some of the guys that I didn't have out of 38 Millionaire teams. And man, I'm going to go pull this up right now again just to see what are my Jacobs. I bet I have a decent amount of Jacobs, 13%. So yeah, where I have 0 ETN. So you see ETN going above him in ADP, but I'm just Team Jacobs all the way there.
Yeah. I did get, so instead of Neighbors on the last one, I did give consideration to Josh Allen. That's like but I am happy with those first 2 receivers I got. So
yeah, and if Josh Allen would have made it to you in the 4th, then that's a hands down. You click him immediately. He didn't for this one, but that's kind of whenever I'm looking at building a ceiling team like this, and it's not just obviously in puppies. Whenever I'm bulk drafting, I will just mix things up all the time. I still want quote unquote ceiling teams, but I'm not going to take Josh Allen 100% of the time. But in something like this, a Millionaire or a single or smaller entry tournament, I'm much more likely to spend up and take Josh Allen. But I still would want it to be the 4 and not to feel like I'm reaching on him over some of these elite 3s. And Neighbors is definitely in that elite 3 business. But as Zero kind of pointed out, you can make the argument where if you have Gibbs or Bijan, just spinning up and flipping the board and grabbing Josh Allen there, because there's not going to be very many Gibbs or Bijan teams in any given tournament that are going to have Josh Allen on their team. So if you can be one in the final weeks, that theoretically can give you an edge.
Sure. I feel you there, Ben.
All right, back to you. What you looking at? You got your boy Garrett Wilson in round 4. Travion.
It was between. I mean, Tutors or Hendo. I was going to be fine either way. So Tutors, that's a guy that's already climbing, and I hear his name a lot already, and I just whenever camps really get going, Toots Magoots is just going to go through the roof. I think
through the roof.
I mean,
just a
he'll
second
be a top 50 pick sooner rather than later. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going Bucky.
Buck.
I'm going Buck. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, so this is now just my second share. I was at 2.6%. So yeah, let's see if I change that to fees, then I'll know exactly. Yeah. That's just my second share of Bucky Irvin in the Millionaires. You know me, I've been Team Kenny Gainwell this whole draft season, just pushing. But now Bucky is at such a good price. I mean, still getting him there at the end of the 5th round just feels great.
Yeah.
Okay, back to me. Now, this is where I could go BTJ or Parker Washington, both guys that we're getting a lot of talk about. But you know my pick here. And it's Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren, sure.
And I'm going to go see. So $175 worth. So yeah.
Zero. And that's something that I had to like mentally be better about is whatever I'm watching. Some of the other streamers and sharper folks out there that even if I disagree, it's still hearing out, because it's not like they're, and Parker Washington, another, like probably the most polarizing player out there. He's, as far as like just debate, I feel like every show his name gets brought up. And so I am trying to be more open-minded. I'm not letting it change my mind on anything, but I'm trying to be more open-minded with folks. We're not going to always agree on everything. That'd be boring if we all did. But I definitely try to keep a more open mind, and that will make me mix in some more shares.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because that's how you have to be.
Yeah, I can count on one hand probably the name of players I just will not click at all. Everybody has a price, but I can think of just a very minute number of players that I'm just literally I will not click because I just don't see it at all, and I will die on that hill. So Parker Washington's not one of those.
Same with me. Very few people. Look at that Jonathan Brooks rise. Woof. Very few people will I not ever draft at all.
Okay.
I know what. Yeah, okay. Seriously, that's someone who believes in Jonathan Brooks right there.
Respect.
And doesn't care about ADP.
On business, man. On business.
Like I said, I respect it. But again, it's one of those things where as a high volume, especially best ball drafter, I think you have to have that mindset. You have to be willing to learn, mix in. And even me, whenever I don't have many shares of guys, I still recognize sometimes like, hey, what am I missing? Again, we've talked about this all summer, as we've discussed guys like Brian Thomas Jr. and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyle Pitts and especially a lot of guys that Zero has brought up there that I have not been drafting much of, that I'm like, I do need to take some more shares of them than I do, because it's not like I believe in these guys none. It's just that at their draft spot versus other people, one I'm really fighting is Jordan Tyson. So I've talked about this before, but I never click Jordan Tyson's name. And I'm really fighting that internally and my own self, my own stock of like, is it smart to fade this guy completely when I'm drafting as much as I am? Probably not. Another guy I don't take very much of, speaking of this, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to go DK and see if I can push QB around here.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, there's correlations, bye weeks, all that like you can do, and those it's good strategy. There's a lot of good strategies out there, but at the end of the day, I'm not saying it's not luck. because like there is skill involved in this, but at the end of the day, like the big thing is value. I mean, like you just have it's the teams that you hit value on players that trumps everything.
Mm-hmm.
The one player that I mean, you said Jordan Tyson. I don't click
Pause
much Tyson.
real quick. I
Yep.
think I know your
Yep.
answer to this, but
Okay.
I have both CD and Ladd. I should take Herbert over Dak, right? Because I think so. I think that you would agree with that. I'm going to do it, but that's at least shares wise. That's close. I
And
have more Herbert and
Sleazy
less
already
Dak.
with 3 quarterbacks. Interesting. That's a you see
That's a
that?
strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, Lamar,
Lamar,
Burrow,
Burrow,
Purdy.
Purdy. Ooh, yeah.
Dang, Chuba almost made it back to me. That would have been fun. That would have been a really fun one.
I don't see how 7th round Parker will ruin me if I mix in a few shares. Yeah, absolutely. He won't. Downs at 85. I'll have pretty much 0%, though. I don't see how can get me in half PPR.
Dang it. I didn't want Dak. I mean, I'll take the ADP fall though on him. That's fine. But I'm
Were you him and Han and you missed
no,
out?
there was a couple guys. Yes, I just lost. I was about to click a guy, then I missed it by a second. So that's fine. I mean, it's a 10 ADP fall. Like I'll need to make sure that I'm this might be a 3 quarterback bill because I'm not there on Dak for the whole season, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, and look at this. The guy at the turn here he brings up took Jaden Reed and Josh Downs. He has a type. Yeah. He loves slot merchants, though Reed isn't that undersized at least. So I will tell you this, Zero. I also don't like Josh Downs' price, especially at 85. I don't take a ton of Josh Downs. However, I probably have a little bit of a higher opinion because I do, from what I've seen, I do at least see the potential with Josh Downs that he can have some ceiling, very similar to Jaden Reed. But I don't think it's a likely scenario. So that's why I'm like, I more or less, I agree to an extent. If he had a lower price, it would be much better. So I just looked, I'm at 8.9%. So just a little over the field. I'm confident. I'm just right there. All right, Cory, back to you. You're fighting Mahomes, aren't you?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to do it.
Not going to do it. Look at you. Going Kenny Gainwell.
I know. Because I don't, yeah, I wouldn't be in love with that. Like taking, like, again, the Dak pick just kind of threw it off there a little bit, but it's fine. Again, an ADP fall, it's not a bad pick. Value.
You could have gone Dart and paired that up
and do some correlation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the board if he's there, but
yeah, just a thought.
It's not the biggest deal.
So I think I am. I think I'll take Mahomes. That feels pretty good there, and that's that that killer Week 17 matchup. Might as well have the head-to-head quarterbacks against each other whenever only one can matter.
might as well.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Who Hames?
What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro?
Good to see you.
Who Hames in his house? I've seen guys like Addison get scorched earth when the QB play is solid. Yeah. Downs can provide a useful score, but I don't see him being able to drop 30 plus or a score that's necessarily yeah, dude, I hear you. Same. Oh, hold on. Real quick. I just realized about to be my pick. Yeah, let's do some Jordan Mason here. That feels pretty good. Dang it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Josh Downs. One of the things that I do want to say, sometimes that idea of 30 plus, though, it's like, well, Jameson Williams, he doesn't have that, but you're willing to draft him. Let's see. Jameson Williams, 2025. The most that Jameson Williams scored last year was 23.4. And the most he scored the year before that was 23.5. So, I don't know. I think if you want to say, can Josh Downs have 20-point ceiling, very similar, but it's just a lot less likely. I definitely think he's way less likely than Jameson Williams. Don't get me wrong. But last year, he did not have that, by the way, Josh Downs. Let's see.
Yeah.
He did have a 20-point game 2 years ago.
Yeah,
so
I'll say not the same set of it's different circumstances for
much
him,
different, much different.
And with JMO, I mean the big
okay. I thought you were saying something about JMO earlier. My bad, Zero. So not a good example.
Yeah.
Let's use Marv.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So JMO, JMO exploded once they switched play callers. With Dan Campbell took over the play calling. That's when JMO just started going nuts.
Let's see. Last year, Marv's high game was 15.6. And what about Brian Thomas? Last year, his highest scoring game was 19 points. And then 2 years ago, obviously both of them will be much higher. 2 years ago, Brian Thomas crushed the last 3 weeks, 27.5, 23.7, 20. He had one other 20. And Marvin had a 27 and a 20. So, but that's only a few weeks to have access to that 20-plus point ceiling that they had. And neither of them, again, had it last year, hardly. So, yeah, I don't know. Just something to think about. Yeah, again, I don't think Downs has it much. It's not a great.
I would say, and one thing that I think will probably it's an argument in favor of Worthy is, the volume, like not going to be a volume play, but they are going to use him a lot inside the 10. That's just, I've watched a lot of Andy Reid, and he loves to get cute down there, and they love to scheme stuff up for him. And so if Worthy's going to have an uptick in anything, I think it's going to be touchdowns. I think, and touchdowns is, I usually do not advise people to chase touchdowns, but I do think that that's going to be a underrated element that we're going to see an uptick in this year, just based on how I know Andy Reid likes to call plays and utilize Worthy when he's not harnessed up. I'm telling you, the shoulder was a big thing.
Whose fault is that, Kelsey?
It is Kelsey. It is 100% his fault. He did it on purpose.
He absolutely did it on purpose.
100% did it on purpose.
I'm wanting to
get your heads out of the sand, people.
So Worthy in his rookie year had some nice access to. So I mean, 20-point ceiling, 19.8. He also had an 18.9, a 17, a 16.6. And then
he had a really good rookie year.
Yeah, multiple games.
The back end.
With nice double digits, a 10, a 14.8, 11.7, 14.8. So, but last year, like you said, last year was a disaster. I mean, if Worthy can just reproduce his rookie year level, last year he only had one game in the double digits. It was one game of 14.6. But his rookie year was really very valuable.
It was, it wasn't. I mean, it was not a good year for him at all.
Right. Injured / suspended, right?
Well, no, Rice. That's when he tore his knee up.
He was. Was he suspended to start last year? That's what it was, wasn't it?
But still, though, I do think it actually matters. I don't think that Rashee Rice being back is why Worthy just was non-existent. I don't know. I hate that I'm having to defend the guy so much right now. I mean, he was a first-round pick in 2 years. I mean, he had a great rookie year, and then just last year, everything went wrong for that offense. But it is different to an extent. I think what is being discounted here is the coaching changes, and I think that's where the real change is going to come, is having an actual wide receiver coach that's played wide receiver in his life and that has coached wide receivers, and having BBMVII back that's going to hold guys accountable, and like actually maybe having some creativity back in the offense too. And I think that that's being discounted a bit. That's not being talked about.
Um,
That said,
yeah,
I really wish Worthy was going outside the top 100. I would click him a lot more because that whenever we had our first episodes back in March and April, and I was, going off about how Worthy's going to make a comeback, his ADP at the time was great.
yeah, I'm looking. He went at 93 in this draft, and really, it's not that bad. Again, I agree with Pittman. I like Godwin more than him, but like Cortland Sutton, I would rather have Worthy than Michael Wilson. I would probably rather have Worthy than Pearsall. Addison, I would rather have Addison. I
Yeah,
think
same. That would
Jacoby's
be a
debatable.
perfect spot for him. Agreed.
Where? Well, I'm sorry.
Like around the Worthy, or like he's around the Golden Dubs, Wandale.
Yeah, yeah, and this is a much, like you said, much better.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yep.
Higgins is a similar bet. Jaden Higgins.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not talking about T.
No, he is not.
You know what? I don't take Omar Cooper very often. I don't have any idea what his ceiling is or his floor. No, I mean, I feel like it's low, which is why I don't take him much. But I'll give him a shot here. This seems like it was a pretty nice little dip.
Yeah, right.
80,
Yeah, and we talked.
10.
I think we talked a little bit. Maybe I don't remember if we talked on here or whatnot. But it was. I read that. I mean, again, this was OTAs, but that it was Rich Samini, the beat writer, ESPN for Jets, and it said that Omar Cooper was working, like definitely like penciled in or inked in as the number 3 wide receiver. But the problem is going to be just because Garrett Wilson's obviously going to be on the field almost every snap. And then Adonai Mitchell on the other side, those are the 2 flank guys. So you got to think, and based on Cooper's skill set too, he's probably working more so in the slot, which means he's going to and they just drafted Sadiq, and they have, what's his face? Jason, what's his freaking name? The kid from the tight end last year, Jason Taylor. It's kid.
Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor. Damn, I don't know why I could not think of that. Anyway, so like they already had Mason Taylor. They just drafted Sadiq. So I don't know.
I was trying to think of what old random
that says a lot of 12 personnel, so they might not run a lot of 3 wide or just in 3 wide receiver sets. Cooper would have to come off the field, so he's just got to make it count when he's on the field.
By the way, Zero, no, Trey's still there. See, I normally would have taken Trey over Omar Cooper. I only took Cooper because of the fall, but I generally value quite a bit more Trey over Omar Cooper myself. Look, Deshaun Stribling went early in this one too. But you just grabbed Charbonnet, Core?
I did.
Is that what you just did? Yep. So yeah. You're the one who got the Boston last round.
Yeah. And I think I'm staying at 6 with that receiving core. So we're going to add a few more running backs here.
Where, Chad? Do you mean the Jets? If Shedeur gets traded to the Jets. And I have no idea what to think about Shedeur, by the way. I was not very impressed with what I saw last year, and I saw nothing of him in college. So after 80-100 or so, there's a lot of these rankings are the eye of the beholder. I hear you. Yeah, absolutely. It is to people. But I think that, for all of us that are in this knee-deep drafting every day, like I know all of us here are, we can definitely try to make some smart or good gambles. And a lot of times there are people that I would normally fade that I will only take if they are just simply a good value, similar to the Omar Cooper, like whenever they fall.
Yeah. For sure. Okay.
Best ball on cue, $10 round person. I'm not sure what you meant by that, buddy. What did I miss there?
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure.
There went Trey. Whew, I was sweating that one.
Yeah, Zach, I'm real big on Algier with his ADP. I love where he's going just because even it's funny I say Love because he's behind Love, but it's just a matter of his talent is way better than this. And I can see him stealing a lot of touchdowns at the goal line and making a lot of Love owners mad. So I think Algier is just a good late gamble.
Algier actually just passed Kenny Gainwell and my shares.
I mean, honestly, it could happen by the end of August for me too.
I've got a lot of Algier shares.
I think that we're all in that same agreement that he's just way too low, way too low.
Which is correlating with my lower shares of Jeremiah Love. I mean, I love the talent, excited for him, and I hope it goes well. Really, but I just they spent a lot of there's a lot of mouths to feed there, and he's priced more appropriately than Genty, at least last year, because got a lot of Genty owners got burned, even though Bijan and Genty was the same thing in that they did. I think they even returned ADP, I think, or it's close. They weren't bad years. They just weren't rocket ships like everyone expected, which is why I think Love is more appropriately priced. And he's an easier click than Genty was last year.
Much easier.
And it was kind of the same thing, like the theory for Marv a few years ago, and his ADP was that he had a good quarterback, which most top rookie quarterbacks or top rookie receivers that come in probably don't have a great quarterback because they were selected high for a reason. And that the competition was just Trey McBride, but it turns out there was more competition than we expected. Okay.
Have you heard of the Minshew curse? I have not. What is the Minshew curse, Chad? By the way, he said this earlier. The previous coaching administration was fighting with the owner about Dylan and Shadur. The whole situation was an internal mess. I agree. I always try to handcuff Love and Algier. I will say this about that point, Zach, with the handcuff, because I've talked about this on our streams a lot over the summer. In best ball, I generally myself, now don't get me wrong, sometimes I will, but I generally don't try to handcuff here on the Underdog because I like to bet on the upside of what if it works for one way or the other. So like if I have Jeremiah Love, I'm kind of going to be betting against Algier and hope that for that team to truly hit its best limits is that Love is worth the pick. And that means Algier is not going to have as much work or vulture as many touchdowns as I expect. And whereas with most Algier teams, I'm not going to have Love because I just generally don't draft him a lot. So that's kind of a whole different scenario. But if I have Love, I will sometimes, though, take Algier. If I'm going to do a 6 running back build in particular, if I could get Algier as my 6th running back when I have Love, that I feel a lot better about. But that's just my general thoughts there.
If I'm get crazy with it, actually, I've done a few Kyron Corums, spending 2 top 100 picks on guys in the same backfield. But I of the idea that I think that there's going to be a lot of times where there's salting away games. So both of them could get some love there. But yeah, I've only done that a few times. It's not much.
And then yet Bijan and Brian Robinson I agree, is also a potential option here, just a lesser one, because I think Algier is better than Brian Robinson, just like Algier and Bijan the last few seasons. But let me go actually see, because I think on this portfolio tracker, can't you do
this? I was saying as an example of a few years ago that the thought process behind Marv's ADP, which was like late round 1, early round 2, was that he had a competent quarterback. I wasn't saying I thought that was the case, but I think you could agree at least Kyler's probably a tick above where a lot of rookie quarterbacks so Carnell Tate, for example, I like Cam Ward, but I think at this stage in 2024 that Kyler was a better passer, at least from what we've seen. But I know you're not a Kyler guy, and I'm not saying that I am per se. I'm just saying like that was the thought back then that like this is a guy that's at least. I mean, him and DeAndre Hopkins had some nice seasons together. So and then him and Trey McBride also, we've seen him support a fantasy, like, a top fantasy guy before. I don't think he's really supported 2+ pass catchers though.
I'm a Kyler hater too. I am. It's very true. Cory, I went and looked. So my combo count where I have Love and Algier together, I've done it 9 times total. So,
but what other examples are there? Like that. I guess like Hollywood Brown, but Hollywood Brown hasn't been good for even before then.
Sorry, I missed the comment you were replying to. My bad.
What were you talking about? I was just saying in my D-Hop comparison, and that was all D-Hop and not Kyler at all. So that's not a good example. I was like, but what else do we have to? I mean, yes, it's the best receiver he's had, but and now you got me defending Kyler. What is going on here?
You love Kyler and Worthy.
Jeez.
All right, about to come to your final pick. What position you going with?
I think I'm going to add another running back. I'm pretty happy with my wide receiver room as is.
Yeah, do it.
All right. Yeah.
What running back you looking at?
No, they're all really good, so it's hard to choose from. But I don't know. Singleton almost feels like a nothing, though. Like I'd almost be better off just grabbing a better receiver. And I'm going to do that. No, what happened? Who'd you give me? That's fine. I don't love it, but
Jeremy. Hey, yeah.
I'm not a Jeremy guy, but
last round.
Yeah.
Last round.
I mean, a 7th running back. It's again, I was like looking at like a Singleton or something like that, but that again, that's probably just a 0. Like I think all these guys down here. That's why I don't like taking running backs down here at all.
Typically being done.
Yeah, like right there.
Who Ames just said it. Yeah, Singleton is a nothing. Yeah, that's the thing is I generally, we are in 100% agreement. I try to stay away from these late round running backs and to be done already.
Yeah, and that's usually it. Just kind of lined up that way. Honestly, the Dak pick threw a little wrench into the plan, but that's okay.
Yep. Eric All went again in this draft. Eric. He went 2 picks before you, Cory.
Dang. Missed out on that one.
Missed out on Eric All.
Look at you taking Taekwon, you dog.
I sure did. I mean, I had to get some Mahomes pair piece. I missed out on
That's
Kelsey.
Your only one? Oh,
yep.
Man.
So Kelsey.
I remember my first Chiefs stack.
So whenever I took Jordan Mason, that's where I had to have taken Kelsey in order to make it work. So yeah, I know, right? Again, I didn't need a late running back. I was done.
Mercado, you coward.
I already had my running back. So all right. Well, hey, let's do a review and then we'll continue this convo and jump into another draft. But before we do, let's go through our squad. So we'll start off with Cleves here. And I really didn't get to pay attention while we were talking and drafting to what everyone else was doing in this draft. So let's check it out. So Cleves went with a 3-4-7-4 build. Interesting, with the 4 tight ends and 4 running backs. Hurts, Bo Nix, and Tua. Getting Tua to cover you in week 10, so you're not taking a 0 in week 10. Hopefully Tua will be healthy by then. But I like the quarterback room. Bijan, Breece Hall, David Montgomery, and Jaylen Warren. This gets my 4 running back seal of approval, my friend. I love all of these running backs. I love, by the way, that David Montgomery has been falling. Have you noticed his ADP falling, Cory?
Yeah, I've got a fair amount of Montgomery.
Yeah, I am loving the falling ADP. I got him earlier today and won a fast puppy, and like it was like the fifth pick of round 5 or something like that. I'd have to go back to double check, but it was well into round 5, and I'm like, oh, this is great. George Pickens, Jameson Williams, Pittman. This is a good team, my friend. Casey Concepcion, Jaden Higgins, Trey Tucker, Troy Franklin as a pair piece at the end, with the 4 tight ends of Goddard, Hunter Henry, Sadiq, and Schultz. Man, you're covered up and down. It's as long as you can hit the ceiling you need here and ceiling more combo at wide receiver, you've got it at the other positions. So, Cleves, I really like this Millionaire team, buddy. All right, Chad with the 3673. Okay. Oh, by the way,
Hey,
I just
can
realized.
you drop the comments?
Yep, I just realized. Sorry about that.
No, I wasn't thinking about it either.
Yep, my bad, guys. Okay, so Chad, he went with Tyler Shuck, Cam Ward, and his boy Shadur Sanders. So I love drafting Cam Ward and Shuck, and I know you believe in Shadur. Seeing this all together, though, as your trio makes me obviously nervous for your team's upside. But boy, for my shares wise, do I hope that the Cam Ward and Shuck combo will work. I know it's a little light, but you waited to do it. So let's see how you filled out the rest of this squad. Judkins, Pollard, Dowdle, Corum, Pacheco, and Kamara. Some nice pieces there. I like this running back room top to bottom, other than I'm not really a Pacheco drafter. Wide receivers, studs. Look at these wide receivers at the top. Chase, London, Rashi Rice. I know your boy Malik Lemon, Debo, Calvin Ridley, and a Olamide Zacchaeus sighting to throw in a Tua combo piece at the end, with the tight end room of Loveland and Kelsey, which is great. Very interesting team, Chad. I think that it's a strong team, top to bottom. I like it. It's just, again, I just feel a little nervous with the quarterback room and maybe what the ceiling of the running back room will be, but you've got it at wide receiver and tight end. So if things come together for you, this will be a fun one. And it'll be unique. A team, if that team moves on, it's going to be very unique. All right, Cory, you want to go through yours?
Sure. The Dak was not planned. I just missed the pick by a second. Was hemming and jawing too much. But actually, so that's fine. I only have one stack piece with him, but I was able to get Ferguson as my tight end too. But Malik Willis, ceiling, we'll see. And then actually, I was really happy that Mendoza stuck around, and I was able to pair him with Bowers. So, I mean, to get my QB1 at pick 175, how can you not be happy about that?
How can you not?
If you guys are right about McCaffrey, this running back room will be fine. I am the skeptic, but we went for it. But CMC, Travion, Kenny, I mean, there's definitely some volatility in this room.
It's a best ball room. Best ball room.
It is a best ball room. But yeah, overall, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if McCaffrey plays he'll carry this. So he will factor if he does what he always does. That McCaffrey, if you believe it, then all I need is one of these other guys to pop each week.
Yep. This looks very similar to a lot of the teams that I know we've looked at that have just Gibbs or Bijan and as like the one main strong one, and then you fill in with guys. And I think that this, because you know how much I love Travion and Kenny, it's the Charbonnet, Tucker, Braylon factor where they need to do something. Because we know that Travion and Kenny will have weak weeks. However, because you have McCaffrey, and if he does stay healthy and rock out every week, you could hit the ceiling you need to with these three guys in particular, I think.
It is like Travion. I mean, it qualifies, I think, as even though Travion was, I took him at 56, but it is a hero RB build.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not by definition, since I took Hendo when I did, but it's basically.
But it is. Yeah, I get it. All right, let's look at the rest of it. Wide receiver.
Receivers are just stupid good. Even Jeremy. I mean, Jeremy. If things all go, if Jeremy's factoring, then something's going terribly wrong, honestly. But it's just ceiling, and super super happy with it.
This is a fun wide
It's such a
receiver
fun,
room.
it's a great room.
This is one that you know me, like this is much more of a Cory type of build than a Spence build, even though it started with neighbors. But I really like it. Whenever I see these type of guys here, I'm like, man, if this hits like puzzle pieces in the right weeks, you can have some monster scores. And then of course,
and then it's just, and that's
Mr.
like
tight end.
having those again, like CMC, Neighbors, and Bowers to start is elite. And so filling in the pieces from there, it was just, I took a lot of ceiling players. So, we kind of shot for the moon on this one.
Hey, it's a millionaire, baby. That's how you do it.
Yeah, honestly, the only change I would make at all is probably take Dak out of there for another quarterback. But other than that, I'm in. I like it.
We're going against our 12-team league. Then we're going against 12, 16, and however many people at the end, but 678,000 total lineups in this. That's a lot. This is our biggest tournament that we will be in, period. So having that uniqueness and that potential for the hit the ceiling, especially if you get the ticket to advance in the playoff weeks, is huge. All right. Now we get to Undead Brandon, and he went with a 2-6-7-3 build. Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, like both those quarterbacks. Jeremiah Love, Travis Etienne, Chuba Hubbard, Chris Rodriguez, Taj Spears, and Brian Robinson. So this is this running back room is one that I can absolutely see working. To me, it maybe lacks some oomph of upside. However, if Love and Etienne do hit their ceilings, it can get there, especially if Jonathan Brooks is not a thing.
Chuba will carry.
Yeah.
Right, guys?
Chuba can carry. So Chuba at pick 89 is really nice. That's a really good fall. This is a great fall for Chuba in this draft. So I think that obviously Etienne has been falling into the 40s more and more. But this is a very interesting running back room that I definitely can see the potential there for, and all different buys. So I like that. I'm a guy that likes to see some buy differentials. Amon-Ra, Devonta Smith, Roma Dunze, BTJ. What a 4 start here. This is a very fun 4 start. You know how much I think that Amon-Ra and Devonta is just as lock solid as you can be. And then, man, the Rome BTJ, Cory, these are your type of guy plays here with the ceiling that these people can hit. Mm-hmm. And then Antonio Williams, Malik Washington, and Elijah Surratt. Couple rookies and Malik Washington. Sam Laporta, Chigakonkwo, Brenton Strange. You got some nice stack pieces there with Sam and Strange. And then Chig to give you, this is a good tight end room, by the way. Really strong tight end room.
Play for sure.
And it's really, I think for me, it's the back end. Can these 4 sustain with the back end 3? Very possible.
I think those. I
think it's very possible.
If Stephon Diggs doesn't come to Washington, that would
go.
Be very nice.
That'll be huge. Yep. That'll make Antonio. If Washington stays away from Diggs and Debo
either, but it would definitely cap Williams' potential ceiling.
I have been personally, as we've gotten more and more kind of the fact Diggs still hasn't signed. I've been drafting Diggs all summer, anticipating him signing and his ADP going up. But I've been drafting a lot of Antonio Williams most of the summer. But now I'm feeling more that Diggs is going to go to the Commanders. So I'm dialing back my Antonio Williams in anticipation of Diggs going to the Commanders.
Yeah, it just makes so much sense. He's from the area, and and they need
They kind of
or they
need
could. I
him.
mean, yeah, or they can bring Debo back. I mean,
They could. Yeah.
he has chemistry already that he's played with Jaden, but it is a different system, so it's not like he knows the system kind of thing. So it is a different system.
All right, and then we'll close this one out with my team from pick 10, and I did the classic build 3-5-7-3. My trio, Herbert, was to stack with Ladd. I could have taken Dak, as we discussed. I went with Mahomes. I like that as a 2, and then I did get the Geno to pair in with that Omar Cooper pick, and just to have a third quarterback just in case. That never hurts. It doesn't hurt to have that extra QB. Ashton Janty, Josh Jacobs, and Bucky is a nice trio. It's not a super great trio, but it's a fun one. I mean, I think Janty and Jacobs could be elite. And Bucky, we'll see. You know, I've not been drafting him a lot, but I love this almost 60 ADP. I'm a Jordan Mason guy. Cory, I think you are too. So this feels good as a 4. And then I know you also love Algier. You're right there with me.
20%. Mason.
Oh wow, 20%. That's more than me. Yeah, that's a good amount.
I am Jordan Mason.
Cory is Jordan Mason.
Yeah, I mean, so you took 2 of my top 4 running backs and exposures.
Love it.
Mason and Algier.
And then my wide receiver room, and you're high on Ladd. You're one of your highest exposures.
I passed on Ladd for neighbors for this time, but yeah, normally in that spot, I do go Ladd.
You would go Ladd. So I started CD Ladd at my wide receiver room. I don't take DK very often. It was a little fall, and I did want to mix a share in here. And then my wide receivers are really weak after this. I'm going to need CD and Ladd to help carry this team, I think, because at least I have some options here. I love Zachariah Branch. I like getting the Tyquan late when I have Mahomes, especially. It's this, we know my thoughts. I agree with the potential upside for Rashid, and I've loved him in the past. I'm really nervous about him, but I've been picking him more ever since we had that Shaheed convo about a month ago.
You have taken 3 of my top 5 receivers as far as exposure in there.
Hey, this is a Cory drafted.
Yeah,
team.
Right. No, I have a lot of.
And then one of your highest tight ends too.
Tyler Warren's my number 2 tight end. So you're listening to me finally.
It only took 4 months.
Yeah,
and then Mark Andrews,
Tyquan McConkey, and Zachariah Branch. I have a lot of them.
I didn't want to take the 0, so I went ahead and grabbed Pat Freiermuth. I almost went with another wide receiver, which I think my team kind of needed. But when I noticed because when I took Mark Andrews at the time, I wasn't thinking about the buy. And we've discussed, I think you probably can get by and advance a team with taking a 0 at tight end, but I don't like to do it. And if I can avoid it, and I could, Freiermuth was a good enough pick at 202 to just go ahead and grab him.
I've been getting a decent amount of Rodgers Freiermuth pairings, and Rodgers actually is creeping up. I think he's up to number 3 on my exposure right now.
Oh,
he's such a late. Yeah. I mean, it's such a good value. I mean, I know zeros same way, but it's just his ADP. It's such an easy QB3 click, but also the situation is so much better than last year. I mean, even just adding Pittman and the running back situation and then it's Mike. I mean, say what you want about Mike McCarthy. His system has always been very fantasy friendly. So,
yep. And it may not be conducive to winning games in the playoffs, but we don't care about that for this game.
I don't care about that. I care about the fantasy playoffs, but for the playoff, they're on their own.
They're on their own.
Whatever you do after week 17 doesn't matter to me one bit.
All right. Well, guys,
okay.
I was going to say, we're going to do one more millionaire draft tonight.
I'm such a dummy. Yeah, I was going to say, we had, I don't know if you missed it, but Zero was advocating for us to do an eliminator.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can. I have not been drafting eliminators, so
I don't. Yeah,
personally,
I have not done. I haven't done a
I've
single.
just decided to not invest my money in them. They're fun. I do. I mean, I've done them a lot in the past, and I did that Frenchie eliminator, a few entries, but I've just sort of been staying away from eliminators and weekly winners. Those are just two things that I just decided this year to not invest my money in. Chad saying BBM, and I do want to do at least one more BBM.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and knock out another BBM, and then maybe I might stay on and do an eliminator. If not, we'll do another one sometime. I only advance for eliminator because of 6 people can advance or advocate. Yeah, he didn't say advance. Sorry. I hear you. I hear you, bud. Eliminators are fun. Again, I've just chose with, and so is weekly winner. I've just chose this year to not put, and then it's the same with the badge bros.
Oh yeah, we didn't even bring that up.
We didn't bring that up. It's again, I've done it in the past.
Have you been Zero? Have you been doing any of those?
But I just again, I'm only gonna locate certain funds into these drafts, and I'm kind of putting myself in these specific tournaments that I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
I know, Cory, you've been doing the same.
Yeah. Badge Bro Brawl.
But yeah, it's 6-person draft. It's fun.
Any badge bros, 100K to first 200K.
Yeah, eliminator. That's a great point too, though. From a money standpoint, eliminator is a more profitable, and they're both $10.
Also, I don't have a badge, so I feel like a fraud in there.
Yeah, it's true. You'll have it soon, buddy. You'll have it soon.
I'm close.
You're getting close. One of these days. I hope it happens on air. Whenever, like, I hope that we do a draft, you don't have one, and then we go to do another one, and the draft starts, and we're like, "Oh, you've got your badge." I hope we have that moment on stream.
Right. I know that'd be fun.
I'm
trying to keep track of it as best I can. So
the day I've not said this on air before, but the day that Jeremiah Duggar, our buddy who finished third in the Dinger 2 years ago, the day that he finished third, like the final day of baseball season, we were doing a football draft that day. And while we were drafting that day, me and him on the phone was when he got his badge. So that was great having that experience with him being on the phone drafting as he got his badge. I hope to have that with you here.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and like I've been trying to. So maybe we can plan it where I don't know. We either it happens on one of our shows, or maybe we can just do a pop up.
If you want to plan it, no, I hope it happens naturally. I hope it just maybe this draft, maybe this one. Who knows?
Yeah. It's not this one. I'd be pretty shocked. I will say though, math is not my strength. Math is not my strength, so I could be off on my numbers. Okay. Oh yeah, and so Zero's point was it's about making money back every week and stuff like that. So
you could in the weekly winners too. That's also possible. But also an eliminator, your team can be done after 1 week.
Right.
Okay.
Not if you know what you're doing though.
The way they changed it. So Zero, correct me. I could be wrong here, but one of my main reasons why I'm staying out of eliminator this year, because I've done it in these past few seasons. It's last year they changed and you were doing 1-person matchups where it was you versus one other person. So I really didn't like that. I like being in a pod and finishing at the, in the top half of a pod, which is what it used to be. But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they changed the rules. Is it 1v1 each week as you move along until a certain point? How does it go this year, Zero? But for right now, let's go ahead, like I said, and let's jump in another millionaire.
I just checked my dingers. I am out of. I'm in third place in a couple right now. I only did 7, but I was crushing. It was my very first one that I did. I was crushing it, and it has fallen off quite a bit.
So he just said, It's you have to be 6 of 12, and then 1v1 until week 17, and then it's a 3-person final. Okay, so and then Chad just chimed in, yeah, 1v1 after week 1. So, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Because again, they changed it last year. I don't love that, but I do love the idea potentially of seeing me and Zero have a team light up against each other, or me and Chad and something like that. Oh man, yeah, Chad, the Mets suck. Soto's on the IL now too. That's not good. But nonetheless, I am ready, Corey, for
Yeah,
your legendary 9-second countdown, and we can
everyone's
see
talking about it.
who wants to be a best ball millionaire. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. All right, we're going at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter.
All right.
Good.
4 more.
Good deal. 9 count.
I almost
every time.
Will I win? Will I win? Will I win? Name that movie, Corey.
I don't know.
Ah, dang. I thought you'd get it. Angels in the
Vegas
outfield.
8.
Whenever he shakes the 8 ball.
Oh. Okay.
I got 5 in this one. We got Chad and Cleves with us as well. Corey, you are down at the end with pick 11.
I love that. I wish I was 12. I love 12. I just like to knock them both out.
I know. Honestly, all the time, I would rather have 12 than 11. Almost all the time.
If there is anybody else in here, let us know that we didn't say.
Hey, beautiful Zero. He didn't do very many MLB, but he says one of his too early drafts is popping off. Beautiful. I'm going to do
at 3. Well,
oh, Zach's nice.
In here with us. Let's go.
Glad to have you drafting with us, Zach. Let me see what your handle is. Zachy boy. Old Zachy boy.
Yeah.
Zachy boy also doesn't
games
have
are you saying 11 over 12? Is that what you're saying? Or you just prefer 11 over the other spot, over the other 10?
Oh, give me 11 easy.
Yeah. Dog and I are advancing 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we got Alex in here with us too.
Nice,
Alex
brother.
faded. What's up, buddy? Alex is at pick 9. So
I like 12 because I just like to be in control of my own destiny, and that I could just double click. I don't have to worry if I don't have to play the guessing game, even if it's just one guy there, that I don't have to play the guessing game of what's he going to do. But that's just a me thing.
Zero says, give me 10 over 11. I like to secure Jainty. Boy, I love whenever I have pick 12 and Jainty falls and I can bang Jainty Bowers. I love that.
Fair amount for me lately.
Oh, Chad. Well, buddy, don't look at this. Is actually, I want to bring this point up to what Chad just said. He's like, and I get it. The Mets have screwed you this year, but still, don't look at your money won right now. Like literally, just as long as you have a team, then and that team's alive, you've got money that you can win, buddy. So just don't even sweat it. Don't worry about it. This is my first JT share. Beautiful. Got Taylor at what pick? Got him at
8. You got to
pick 8. Alex grabbed Jainty. Cleves grabbed James Cook, which left you for Jefferson and the guy at the 12 to back-to-back Lamb, AJ Brown. And then you got the Barkley swing around here. Real quick, Ken Walker, Omarion Hampton. And let's see what Chad does with his. So double running backs for Cleves and Alex.
Okay, Cleves
packing bags full of Jainty.
Walker, Hampton, Chase Brown. Yeah. I'm a Jefferson over Lamb guy myself, but
Joe Chase Brown. What'd you say? I'm sorry. What'd you say? You're Jefferson over
just like
Lamb?
Jefferson over Lamb.
Yeah.
Because just the Pickens better QB play, but I just with Pickens being there too, it's just in my brain how it works out is I just Jefferson. I like to have a larger, maybe should probably have a larger target share, but we'll see. I don't think I don't think there's a bad pick necessarily, but yeah, I love CD Lamb too, just as a player. I really like. Well, I just always have been a CD Lamb guy, but I prefer to take Jefferson there.
Cory, I'm starting off the exact same. Starting off the exact same as you last time.
Yep.
Real ones are Pickens over Lamb. So I also, Cory, by the way, whenever I do have my finalized rankings, I will take Jefferson over Lamb too, even with my dislike of Kyler, because it's the George Pickens factor where, I mean, come on, as good as Jordan Addison is, he's nothing like the competition.
Addison, Jennings, like there's and other weapons there for sure,
and I do generally think that Jefferson is better than Lamb. I just
like that. Zero just pointed out that
I sure did, and that guy picked Olave, and doesn't the Falcons play the Saints in the last week? I'm almost positive they do. So he's got a week 17 correlation play there.
Just telling you, it's there every other year, even your Dak.
Even your Dak.
It's a thing, whether you want it to be or not.
I'm fighting.
My neighbor is BBM5 winner. Who is that? BBM5 winner?
I'm gonna stay. I just joined an eliminator. He has picked 3, so he can do his Bengals stack again. 2 years ago, was that Corain? No. I don't know who that is. BBM5 winner. What's the person's name? Zero.
Man, I'm gonna do it again.
So I almost pulled neighbors up to do the exact same start as you, but I couldn't get myself to not take Breece Hall.
Yeah.
I hemmed and hawed it. Chad with his first Zay share. Nice.
Ooh. Nice. I'm not
Don't
a
forget,
T guy.
So round 5 Lamar.
Passed on T. But I mean, this is good value for him.
What'd you say? You passed on T?
Yeah, it's it's good value for him. Alex got him, and that's a good value, but it's just not. I've just never been a T. I mean, and this is one of those like where you stick with your guys every year if you support them before, whatever. I've never been a T guy, so I just let it go.
Just letting it go. I do think that was a good T fall.
Oh, that's a heck of a drop. Holy crap.
Oh, beauty. Hames, that's amazing.
Take that all day.
Yeah, in a stream room at that. Yeah, seriously. Zero would let me know. Yeah, so it started off Herzig, Liam, Corain. That was 4 years ago, BBM3. Then it was Fareed. Then this LG grew 50, and then Sam Sherman. So, got very interesting. So I guess that maybe we don't know the LG Grew person's name. Is that someone who's sort of has stayed anonymous? I'm just wondering. I actually haven't heard anyone talk about that, or if I have in the past, I forgot it. Wow. Unbelievable, Hames. You lucked out on that one. Did you have Zay on that team as well? Solo Lamar is great too.
Yeah, Lamar's going to smash that ADP. or smash that. Yeah, I mean, just so much ROI on that. Gosh, it's so far away from my pick. What's everybody taking their time for?
I don't know, but his name is Logan Grew according to his DK user. Gotcha. Oh, Chad, your boy Tapia got released.
I saw that the other day. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, well, that take didn't last very long, I guess. But pour one out for old Diego.
This makes sense, yeah, because if you would have had Zay, you would have grabbed him in round 5. So you kind of lucked out you didn't to be able to get him where you did. That's great. Okay, so I pushed it, and this is a great fall for to get my first wide receiver here in round 5, and to get Luther Burden at that spot in round 5. That's theoretically pretty great, don't you think? I mean,
oh sure, yeah.
And I don't take a ton of Burden, but man, getting him that late after Jameson and Devontae and Mike Evans and all those guys go.
There you go, Chad. Get you some Lamar.
There it is. Make it happen, Captain.
Like a ding dong.
Yeah, I don't want all my Zay attack. Yeah, and you don't want, like I said, Lamar is a perfectly fine, like he's actually a great QB to have unstacked. I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar, Jaden Daniels, all these big running quarterbacks. If I can't stack any pieces with them, that's fine. I don't mind that one bit. Zero says, I have the same team with Burden at 44 and Scat at 53. That's hilarious. I believe it. I got him flipped in this one. If Burden was going this late all the time, I'd have way more Burden, that's for sure. First Lamar share. Beautiful, Chad. Well, glad it was on a stream with us, my friend.
Yeah, and in BBM too, man.
Just don't screw it up, Chad. Just don't screw it up.
Yep.
You're on fire right now. Keep it going. I really do like your start a lot with Loveland, your double running backs, Lamar and Zay. I hate Lamar. He's going to pull a Rodgers this year. He better not, Chad.
Oh, God. Don't put that in the universe.
No, I actually kind of love Lamar, to be honest with you, for fantasy. Bullish or bearish on the pulling of Rodgers? I think he was saying probably bearish.
Yeah.
That's the implication.
I was going to say, like, I was
because of the implication
this year, like, which Rodgers are we talking here? There's a lot of different ways you can go. Are we talking MVP Rodgers, or are we talking American flag Jets Rodgers?
First, Jaden share. He went Jaden as well, back-to-back quarterbacks. Okay, so here's where, man, I'm going to do Parker Washington, guy who, as we've talked about, that I like. I do think that 68 maybe is a little high, but I didn't love my other options there, and I wanted to go ahead and keep pushing quarterback. And with only the one wide receiver, I'm going to need to do more of a bulk wide receiver thing for this draft, potentially maybe even like a 2-5-9-2 type of build. So we'll see. But I pushed the Jalen Hurts, and the guy at pick 1 just benefited since he had Devonta Smith, and then he also got Hurts and Lemon. So he's got a nice Philly thing going there. This is the same guy who, went Evans Montgomery last time. So, okay, back to me here. All right. Now.
Yeah, it's a really good start. Agreed. The T fall, like BTJ, I was, I like to see the love for BTJ, taking him a little ahead of ADP, but then that was I just am a Warren guy, but like Odunze, it was him or Odunze. I was between those two, so it was a nice little, couple pick ADP fall, snatching him up too.
Alex, yep, it's cooking, baby. Honestly,
cooking, Frankie.
You're cooking, Frankie. The T. Higgins fall is so great. I mean, I love that. And then like you just said, you're more of a BTJ, a Dunze guy than me, but still, I have no problem with it. And being able to pair Trevor Lawrence, I get the upside for sure. For sure. Okay. Back to you, Cory. The stack, man. How are you going to stack this?
Well, right
Not
now
this time.
not this time. We're gonna go with the RB1 this year and RJ Harvey.
Yep. Go with the zero special.
Go with what everyone tells me to do.
Zero has
I,
officially got RJ Harvey
I
into
trust
your
our
head enough over the summer.
I'm just trusting our peers here.
Trust the process, baby.
Yeah.
Cleve's got a Josh Allen Mahomes start, which is pretty fun. Double quarterbacks paired with his running backs. You don't see that every day. Still got DJ Moore at 58. Cory's boy, Garrett Wilson. Like the start there. Okay, almost back to you. I almost said back to you. Now it's back to you.
Yeah. We're going to go Herbs.
Hair Bear.
He's my number one quarterback. So if we're going to do it, might as well be a millionaire, right?
Might as well be a millionaire and might as well do Herbert naked. Am I right?
Yeah.
Chad?
Oh, there's still plenty of pieces for Herbert.
Yeah, look, he's like, no Herbert. Yep, Herbert.
Yeah, but yeah, no. We talked earlier about the guys that we don't click at all. There's mine still sitting there at the top. Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce.
Well,
I'm about to click his name if he falls one more pick, and he did, because I really don't mind picking him when he falls to 93, especially.
Yeah, I mean that's about everyone has a price. I don't see him fall that much, but I am just not there at all on that ADP. I don't get it. I do not get it at that ADP.
At 80, pick 80 ADP, because that's what his ADP is. That part I understand.
That's just insane to me.
But I mean, Alec Pierce is pretty decent. I mean, again, 93 feels great. I love I got him after downs, for crying out loud.
I don't know how many times I gotta say it. He's never had more than 50 catches in a season.
Yeah, but it's not
He's
a volume
1,000
play.
yards once. Just the contract. Okay, if you want to do the follow the money thing, okay, that adds up because they paid him an insane amount of money, but that's just one that I'll be willing to eat crow on. But it's just
eat that crow.
I don't draft crow. I don't draft him either. I think his ADP is crazy. I mean, it's okay. It's just okay. I think the argument for Watson over Pierce is I think that's who Pierce is. I think that's his absolute ceiling. I think Christian Watson, there probably could be more meat on the bone, whereas with Alec Pierce, I don't see it like above what he just did. I'm not there.
So
I guess and again, if you want to make the argument, best ball, okay, I'll hear the best ball thing.
So just hear this. You heard me saying all of those stats earlier, as far as like games that people scored over 10 or over 20, and how little some of those were for some of the guys we were talking about earlier. Well, I'm just using last year, but last year Alec Pierce had a 22.6. Again, it's hard to even have access to a 20-point game on Underdog. He had a 22. He had a 15.8, a 10.5, a 14.5, a 16.4, and a 12.3. Yeah, there was a 3 and a 2 and a 0 mixed in there. Sure. This is why it's really hard to draft him and play him at all in any sort of regular thing. But again, expanded role. I like Alec Pierce. I think he's good. It's just about the price why I typically don't like him. But man, get closer to 100. I'll be snatching them up.
I get a little crazy here.
And yeah, a lot of targets did just open up. Very true. Very true. So even though he hasn't had those, they could come.
But but the thing is I just can't imagine those targets are going to really fun. I mean,
He had 3 20-point games the 2 years ago. 3 of them. A 20, a 20, 21, and a 21.2.
If they hit on the right weeks, great.
And a 14.
Or he just absolutely kills you and is a 0.
Yeah, sure. Which
okay,
again
great.
is why to take him in this, though.
But in the top 80, I'm just not there. I don't see it. I think it's insane.
Again, I don't like taking him in the top 80. No, I don't. But I do think that it is worth occasionally to me to say no, not ever.
Drunk on one season. One
I just told you 2 seasons.
Like elite.
2 seasons with at least 4 or 5 weeks that have access to that level of 15 plus ceiling. Dude, not many people can do that. That's hard. And Alec Pierce can do it, and he's proven it.
Okay,
I'm just saying he shouldn't be a 0. He shouldn't be a never pick. He should be, if you don't like him, I still think you should take 4%, like half of the field, in my opinion. Even if you don't like him, you should still get a little.
Yeah, the Colts have been run really well over the years. Like Ballard is one of the most overrated, and he was a Chiefs guy. Ballard is so overrated. That guy's made so many bad choices. Okay. You guys, we'll take you guys can have Alec Pierce. I'll let you have him. He is all yours.
He's all yours, baby.
Man, sometimes I just like you guys. It's like people just talk themselves into these crap players, and it's like I know Alec Pierce is not a crap player. He's not bad. It's just he's getting paid 20. Yeah, okay. But it's also not 2025 either.
I'm just saying, Cory.
Catch more than 50 passes.
But that doesn't matter for this game in best ball. At a certain point, he's worth the pick to have access to that ceiling.
Okay. Great. I love it. I want you guys to draft all the Alec Pierce shares.
Let's pick out someone else just to compare. Okay, last year, Ladd McConkey. The most he scored.
He had a horrible season last year.
Was 19. That's just what I'm saying. He had a 19-point ceiling. 2 years ago, let's find out what his ceiling was. He had 2 games in the 20s, a 26 and a 25, to go along with 116, 115, 115. And then he had some other double-digit games mixed in there. But he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games with 15 or more points. That was the same as Alec Pierce. So Ladd McConkey, much better. Much better.
The situation got better, even though he just had surgery a couple months ago, too. I would say that's actually not better. I would argue that's worse.
The injury is concerning.
Oh, now injury. Okay, now that matters. Okay, it's just not the fact that he's like got paid crazy overpaid, and now he's hurt.
I love
pills right now. Are you guys insane?
I love how much you are hating.
It's just nuts. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like you're talking about whatever. Okay.
Hey, Amon-Ra had surgery 2 months before last season. Who Hams brings up?
There is a huge difference between Amon-Ra St. Brown and Alec Pierce.
I am about to pick again here.
29 million, Will? Okay. And then, yeah, maybe. I mean, there's plenty of bad contracts out there.
Cam Ward, come on down, brother. Come on, Cam Ward. Let's do something this year, buddy. Cory, I love getting you worked up. It's so good.
Yeah. No. I'm losing a little bit of respect for chat right now. I gotta say. I thought it was ball knowers.
Cory, I'm telling you, you got to open up to a % of the time. You're probably 0. You're probably 0, Pierce.
All of this stupid Alec Pierce talk, and you missed who I took at pick 110.
I did because I wasn't looking. Who'd you get?
Go back and look.
Who'd you grab? Who'd you grab? Let's go see here.
Go look. 0 missed it completely.
110. Bo Nix, baby.
Yeah. You want to talk about having an open mind? There you go.
I know you have an open mind to Broncos, but
honestly, Bo
not.
Yeah, I mean, hey, everybody tells me he's the next coming of Christ. So you know what? I'll jump on. He's good. He's really good.
He's really good.
I don't know if I would have clicked him there too.
Oh man, I'm struggling with what to do with this pick. We're gonna go Boston. That was the last second click on the star. Oh, really struggled with what to do there.
Sure.
You took Boston on that last one. Let's go with that again. Why not? Add another Boston in there.
Yeah. I mean,
Chad's also like 0 Alec Pierce, Cory. Chad's right there with you.
Thank you. Somebody sane around here.
Insane in the brain. Buddy, I think you're just missing a little bit of that ceiling there. That's all. I am at 8% Alec Pierce, so I'm like right even with the field. And what I'm saying is, I think that even if you don't like him, you should be at 4.
I think that ceiling was, and I was a big Alec Pierce drafter over the years because of that ceiling, because of his ADP. Actually, so maybe my problem isn't him as a player; it's the ADP. I think you're paying a premium for a few spike weeks. And
yeah, but we've had the same thing about Worthy. It's kind of the same, and it's in the same range. If he goes in the same range as Worthy. Well, obviously, he's been going higher.
They haven't. I was going to say they haven't.
My advocate is for him to fall closer to this price that I paid. Yeah. Which is more close to Worthy. Yeah, very similar to JMO. Yeah, whenever I was talking about JMO's stats earlier, Who Hames too, and we were talking about Worthy, and it is very similar stuff.
I would say cheaper, maybe not cheap. Again, I just don't think it's cheap. I think you're paying a premium on it.
And yeah, 0 says he's out of all this talk, he has 9%, but he talks as if he has 50%. So, dude, I hear you.
I no more naked Herbert, just back-to-back Chargers right there.
Ooh, back-to-back Chargers. Gadsden and Harris. Did you get 3? You got a trio of Chargers.
And Keaton. Yeah, that's right. I forgot I did get Keaton, didn't I?
You did. All right. I got to decide what I'm going to do with my third QB, because I need a third QB, and there's no one I want to reach up for. So I guess we're just going to push it real good.
That's what I'm here. Like, I just, yeah. Let's get fired up, guys. So if we were all agreeing with each other, you know how boring that'd be.
Yeah, seriously, it's so true. I know. That's why I'm like, I love whenever you get worked up and you feel so strong, because I just love it.
Yeah.
Like Kubiak runs through brick walls.
I want to be the voice of reason. Oh.
Who Hames is at 6.5%. Hey, Who Hames, bring it up a little bit, buddy. Get to that 8%.
Of Pierce?
Of Pierce, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, everybody freaking screaming his names from the top of a mountain. None of you are in double digits. Cowards. You want to know what a real I'll show you my exposure. If it's over 1, I'd be stunned.
Chad says Danny Dimes has a low deep ball accuracy per BDGE, and a lot of teams that cover 2s now. Yeah, Danny Dimes is not a reason to take him, but he still can throw the ball occasionally down the field.
Appreciate it, Who Hames. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Hey, absolutely, buddy.
Is my room good enough for
I would have more Parker if he got paid $29 million per year and the team shipped out Jacoby or BTJ. I would, if there was no BTJ, I'd be 20% or more of Parker. No doubt about that. All right, I got to take Geno now because there's no other quarterbacks. I'm just looking. I've missed out on. I missed out on Rodgers. Where did Rodgers go? Oh, he went at the turn the round
That's the thing.
before.
Like, I feel like Rodgers either goes way ahead of ADP or people just like you get in a room where nobody thinks he's worth a crap.
I have Pittman, so I was looking to grab Rodgers there, but yeah, no, I see he did. I didn't have the option when I took Flournoy. Oh well.
Let's see here. What are we feeling?
Yeah, bro, I would be all over. I see, you know me, how as much as I do draft Parker, which let's see where I'm at now. Let's see where I'm at. I'm down to 13.1%. So that's where, I think whenever we looked a month or two ago, I was rocking 20% or so. I'm down to 13%. And that's from Cory, you and Zero talking me back on Parker. But I get that his price, I get all of the arguments against him. But man, he looks so good. He looked so good last year, and I do think it's a good situation still, but there's so many mouths to feed. So many mouths to feed. You did save me from being even more, my friend. There's no doubt about that. Chad's just out here vibing. Me too, buddy.
Yeah.
All good.
It's a vibe, baby.
Nah, baby. Just vibing, baby. Cory, you grabbed Antonio Williams, who we were just talking. You got
just went back to back rookies. Yeah, back to back rookies there. So we'll see on that. I got and then 3 with Tate. So going with the youngsters here, mixing it up with him, and then the old guy and Diggs.
Man, I think I'm gonna mix a Judy in here. I mean, I could have taken Calvin. Judy or Calvin? I don't love either. What do you think, Cory?
I take more Calvin, but I do have more Cam Ward or like Titans builds, I'd say. So
dang, I have Cam Ward. Son of a, I missed out. Oh, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh well. I didn't even think of it until you just said it. I'm like, of course I have Cam Ward. Why didn't I go Calvin Ridley?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Happens to the best of us, brother.
Happens to the best of us.
Warren Gadsden. Good enough for a 2. I mean, I think I'm past the point of there's not a lot left unless I wanted to.
Is he there? Could you go in Njoku?
Or I could lean into the Broncos and go Evan Ingram.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't hate that. I think Njoku or Evan Ingram. I honestly think that's probably worth it. But
I don't think I'd want to go.
I'm not as big on. Hey, Calvin really made it back.
Oh, hey, there you go.
How about that? It all worked out. See, I did it on purpose.
Yeah. It all fell into place. You just, you do enough of these, you just get a intuition,
Just fell in my trap.
Yeah. You played us like a fiddle.
Like a fiddle, baby.
A fiddle.
So what were we saying right before that? Calvin really fall? I'm sorry.
But we were talking about like if I wanted to stick with
the tight end. The tight end. Yeah. I'm not huge on Gadsden. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you're sure. And I mean, that's a guy like that I'm fine taking with Warren because Warren's going to absorb a ton of targets that were just vacated.
So what are you going to do? What's the verdict?
Well, here's one is we are going to go Troy Franklin there.
Pat Bryant gone. Yep. Pat Bryant went right after my
actually went.
Yep. Right after my Judy pick.
Yeah. And I think with this receiving room, I don't know if I want to go with another running back, go with a 6th running back here, or stick with 5 and go with a 9th receiver, or go with that 3rd tight end.
I think going in Njoku and just having both of them sounds pretty good to me. Or I liked your idea of getting Evan Ingram and going on. So I if it was me, I'd do the tight end. But I also get just betting on Gadsden and going something else. So
I don't think I need a 9th receiver there. So I am going to actually go with I am going to go Ingram and just maybe
Okay.
edge a little bit on Gadsden. And we talked about this before, that I'm not confident that any of them are going to be able to give you week over week, but who's more apt to have a spike week is Gadsden. And because Charlie Kohler, getting more of a blocking tight end, and Njoku can kind of do both. So they're the end line guys, and Gadsden figures to be just a big slot at this point. So I don't, not to get on the soapbox again about we're talking 11, 12, 13 personnel or anything, but that's the argument for, I guess, Gadsden athletically could have more spike weeks, but I could easily see Njoku out snapping him though. So
yeah, and me, I just kind of don't draft any of them, and the one I draft the most is Njoku in the last round, but even that is not very much. I more or less just try to stay away from Chargers tight ends. I'm 5% Njoku, and Gadsden I'm 1.2%, so very, very light. Now, I was talking about this earlier, and me actually searching this and seeing that, I'm probably way too low on Gadsden. Like, that's crazy low to be at 1%. Don't you think, Cory? Like, I need to be more. Like I was saying to you about Alec Pierce needing to be at like 4%.
and that was you're at who with what?
I'm
what are you
at
What's that number for?
1% of Gadsden. I should be more than that, right?
Okay.
Like that's too low.
Yeah. I think I think his ADP is fair. It came down. We talked a lot about his ADP being too high before the Njoku one, and I'm at 8.7, so it's not like I'm all in on the guy or anything by any means, but his ADP, I don't remember where it was at back in April, like March, April, but I knew we weren't in love with it then, so it's definitely more palatable now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely more palatable now than then, for sure. I was already, like he said, I had 0% Gadsden in the 110 to 120 range. I mix him in at 2.8% now.
Yeah. I got him at 155, and if I didn't have Herbert, I probably wouldn't have taken him there.
Yeah. Well, hey, Alex, Zach, guys, we're gonna do team review. So let's go ahead and let's take a look and let's see how we did this draft. Okay. I felt pretty good about it. How did you feel before we break it down?
Yeah.
Did you like it, Cory? Did you like your team before? Yeah, before we break it down, did you like your team?
I other than missing out on Alec Pierce, I think it's a good team.
Okay. Yeah, too bad you missed out on Alec.
That'll be one that's one I'll live to regret.
And I reaped all the benefits.
It is funny, if I actually do have like an advance, I need to make a note for this team and then like look in like weeks 16 or 7, whatever, and then just like see if Alec Pierce would have got me over the hump. Because what's funny is I'm dogging him. He actually is who brought me back to life in one of the tournaments last year. I thought I was dead in the water. I was down 20 plus or down however many. It was like 19
That's
points.
Right. You're having this argument, and he just almost won it for you.
And it was like I went into it. I was like, if Alec Pierce has a good game, scores like 20 something points, then I have a chance. And then he did, but unfortunately, another team also in the pod had Alec Pierce and beat me by 2. So that's how I didn't get. I think that was the puppy 2 from advancing to the final. And it's puppy 2, I think.
So see, that made my whole point for why he's worth drafting. I get your thing with the ADP and all that, but still. And that was with Old Man Rivers.
It was with Rivers.
Okay. All right. We are ready to review teams here. So we're going to start with Zachy boy. Zach, he went with a 3-5-8-2. It's a Zach attack. The Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, and Mendoza. All me, Cory, and Zero. I know all three of us have a high shares of Mendoza at this point. He feels so good getting as late. Yeah, you just got him. I mean, we've talked about before, has there been a less hyped number 1 pick quarterback in a long time going into the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but love this quarterback room. Javonte, Travion, Jalen Warren, nice trio to start this. Bill, Dylan Sampson, Cory.
I want to talk to Samson.
I want to talk to Sampson. So you got a really nice running back room, my friend. I'm not a huge Javonte drafter, but I say when you do draft him, I get the upside of there's like nobody else good on that in that backfield. You just bet on Javonte staying healthy, being a part of a great offense. You have Dak, so I get it. And I love Travion and Jalen Warren. These are two of my highest drafted guys right here. Wide receiver room: Jamar Chase, George Pickens, upside galore with those top two. Jordan Addison, Khalil Shakir, Trey Tucker, Malik Washington, and Andre Ishivas. So you got your stack pieces too with those top two. You definitely have a big drop off in terms of upside here with these guys, other than Trey Tucker. But I think that your top two can be so good, and Addison can be so good that it can work out still just fine. Like Shakir's floor will probably be just fine for this team. Hopefully, Malik Washington will do something, and Ishivas and Vele aren't wasted picks. I know that our boy Bayou Bengal will fight tooth and nail that Vele will not be a wasted pick and will be a great pick. And then Fannin and Juwan Johnson. This is my type of tight end room here. I love Fannin, love Juwan Johnson. If I had Fannin Juwan, I might think about a third instead of Vele. That would be my one thing I would say there. But very nice team, buddy. Good job, Zachy boy.
Nice.
All right. Go ahead, bud.
No, I was about to say, let's see what the big dog put together.
Let's see here. I don't know. So I also went with a 3-5-8-2. I took an unstacked Jordan Love. It was just I waited to a point at QB, and I thought he was the best one. And if I don't have any pieces, I don't have any pieces. That's fine. Cam Ward and Geno, this is a weak overall quarterback room, even though I like all of the pieces individually. Seeing them together, I don't love, but I do like that they're all different buys. And if Cam Ward works out, then I'll be just fine. But
because being a Cam Ward guy, if you had a slightly stronger option than Love at QB, then I would feel a lot better about those. Yeah. I would be absolutely fine with those two.
Maybe if I had Purdy, for instance.
Sure. I say, I'm not saying it's got to be, if you had Josh Allen, but if you just a tick above, like Purdy's a good example.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm full agreement with you there, Core. And my running back room I like. Now, my running back room I like quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, CMC, Brees, Cam, Pollard. There's a little Cam stack piece in a way. And then Ron Jones.
And you got Cam. Can't you but double cams with
double
Scatteroo
cams.
And double cams.
That's what I should name this one, Dub Cams.
Dub Cams. Cams times 2.
And then my wide receiver room is where this team gets sacrificed because Bowers and Colby Parkinson Bowers and anyone to me is just fine. And if I'm waiting till the last round, I like the last round Colby Parkinson from a floor standpoint, and he might have access to some weekly ceiling. We'll see. My wide receiver room is just all going to be about. It looks bad to me. Like when I look at these names, it looks bad. But I can see it working at an individual level.
Bad, but hear me out.
out. It could be great.
I'm going to sell you on this. What if I told you that? Yeah.
You know what I mean? From just visual overview,
not sexy. It's not a sexy room. Yeah. But, I mean, like Parker, Pearson, Pittman, the 3 Ps there.
The 3 Ps, three middle Ps here. But it's also I like every single piece for different reasons, and I like my late pieces. Flournoy was the one that I don't take a lot unless I have Dak. It's kind of a rare undacked Flournoy for me. And I don't have Dak a lot either, so I don't get a lot of Flournoy. So overall, I think it's a fun team. I have no idea if it'll work out, but it was a good build. I enjoyed putting it together. Do any of us know
anything?
We know everything.
Yeah.
All right, time for Unlucky Chad. sometimes lucky though. Chad going with Lamar, Jaden, and probably an unnecessary Daniel Jones. If you have Lamar and Jaden, if I had Lamar and Jaden, there's no way I would take a third. But nonetheless, it's an elite quarterback room. Yep. Hey, weren't you even talking bad about Daniel Jones? Oh, you're just saying he didn't have a deep ball. That's right. Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, elite studs at the top with Monungai, Rashad White, and Kamara. Yeah. I really like your running back room.
It's a good room.
This is a good running back room, especially anchored by the studs. And I'm a Monungai, Rashad White, Kamara drafters. Although Monungai not a ton because I take Harvey and Kenny Gainwell, who both have 10s right around that range, which is why I don't get a lot of Monungai, but I do like Monungai. I was impressed last year. Your wide receiver room, you got Zay, as you discussed, very rare, if not your only Zay Lamar team. DK Metcalf, I just said this on the last draft whenever I took him. I don't love DK Metcalf, but I do think he's worth getting some shares of. I'm more of a Pittman guy there. And then Coker, Tesla, Wicks, Surratt, Jacoby Lane. Obviously, this is the room that could hold this team back. And then your tight ends are super strong. So, yeah, Loveland, Pitts, and then Andrews. You got such a strong tight end room. Like, holy crap. Like, definitely, I think Andrews was unnecessary, even for the stack piece. If it was me, Chad, what I would have done with your team was cut out Jones and Andrews and add in 2 more wide receivers in those rounds. And then I think overall, and then had a 2-5-9-2. I would have liked it more. But overall, though, I think you drafted a really nice team here, Chad.
Spence, real quick, ESPN, I just got hit with like a breaking news thing. And I was, what's this? Red Sox are trading Connolly early to the Nationals for Curtis Mead.
Really? Connolly early for Curtis Mead?
Like, is it early?
Wow.
He's a really good prospect.
And he's like ready now. Like, he's pitching now. He's good now. I mean, I know they got a lot of pitchers. They do, but wow. Okay. Well,
I don't have was that a little underwhelmed by. I was like, I feel like breaking news. Like, I don't know if that needed its own notification, but yeah,
very interesting.
I was surprised to see it was for Curtis Mead.
Yeah, Curtis Mead has been good this year, but I don't know. I wouldn't have done that if I was them. But the Red Sox have done nothing but made trades that I have hated for the last 7 years. So what the heck? They're also have won 15 of their last 16 games. So what do I know?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. So Alex went with the classic 3-5-7-3 build. Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, and Bryce Young. This is a Spencer trio through and through right here, my friend. I love taking a trio of quarterbacks in this ranges, and I don't get a ton of Trevor Lawrence, but I get a lot of Baker and Bryce at their spots. And then Jainty, Hampton, then Blake Corum, C-Rod, Jaden Blue. Well, I mean, when you got JT Hampton, you're betting on, this team is betting on those two guys being the breakout studs that we know they can be and probably will be. It's a little light after that because Corum, if Kyron doesn't go away, Corum, I do like Corum though, but Corum could be, and like with C-Rod, they could be mostly bad picks most weeks, I mean. But they both have they both have the chance to also take over their backfield. So that's possible. And Jaden Blue, I was talking about how bad the Cowboys wide receiver or running back room is. So anyone who gambles on Jaden Blue at the end, I don't mind it because I get, if anything happens to Javonte, boom, Jaden Blue is now number 1 pickup of the week and might score 15 to 20 points.
Just had to throw this up there, Spins, for you.
Yeah. Please contact me when Bryce Young grows 8 inches. Don't worry, buddy. You'll be the first one to get the message. All right. And then, wide receivers. Emeka Egbuka, T. Higgins, Brian Thomas Jr., Roma Dunze, as we talked about it during. This is a very exciting 4 wide receiver start. Then you add in Jacoby. Then you add in Jalen McMillan. Look at all those Tampa Bay and then Ted Hurst. The Tampa Bay Jacksonville stack is strong with this one, my friend. You continued it at tight end. Strange, Otten, and Gunnar Helm. So can this tight end room do what you need? Yeah, I would say it's possible, especially if Strange breaks out. I do feel it's a little light, but it still could work out fine. What are you laughing at?
Chad said, he just said Malik Davis is the RB2. I don't get the fascination with blue. And then 0. Malik Davis and Pappy is a weird brand, my friend. But we all got our guys, right?
Yeah. I think that, I don't think that Pappy was really a Chad guy.
Hey, real quick, I want to, because I'm the only reason I even looked, because of this, I'm in a slow. I'm 11, and the dude at 12 made one pick and then didn't make the other pick, and he's been on for like 6 hours. It's insane. But real quick, listen to this start. 0, you're going to be proud, I think. But RB room right now, I'm through 7 picks. RB room, we got JT, Hampton, Chuba. Wide receiver rooms, Neighbors, Waddle, Carnell Tate, Tyler Warren at tight end. That's a fun start. It's a really fun start.
Yeah, I like it. Add Alec Pierce in the next round and you'll be rolling.
Yeah, right. He probably went like 3 rounds ago. He actually, I think, he is gone, actually.
Okay.
Let's see how early someone wasted their money. All right.
Where'd he go in that one?
Let's see here. Actually, he went at ADP. He went 80. So I guess what pick are we on right now? We're at 86. So he did go ADP.
0 approved. Okay, so let's get to Cleve's team. Cleve's went with the 2-5-8-3. Josh Allen Mahomes, check. Nothing else to do. I was going to say nothing else to do here. Quarterback, buddy, perfect. Love it. And then, as we discussed,
Cooking Kenny. Ooh.
Cooking
you got
Kenny,
double Kennys too.
Double Kennys.
Double
and
Kennys.
You got Jordan Mason, and you got Algier. Bro, could you be speaking to both mine and Cory's hearts more with this running back?
Show?
Oh, love it. And oh my gosh, look at this. And then we've got Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, stack pieces, Christian Watson. You should have got Love. Xavier Worthy. I'll trade you Love for Mahomes. Rashid Shaheed, Jalen Naylor, and Keon Coleman and Tyquan Thornton.
And Tyquan.
Woof.
Man after my own heart.
Goddard, Barner, and Freiermuth. Yeah. Cleves, this I think is my favorite team that I've seen you draft. This is a banger.
That's a good team, brother.
Top to bottom. You've got everything we've been talking about in this, with the ceiling, floor, opportunity, targets, stack pieces. The only thing I don't know is what's your week 17 correlation. If you mix week 17 correlation in with this, you might have the winner, my friend. We might have a $2 million winner.
$2 million.
$2 million. All right. You want me to run through yours this time, or you want to go through it, my friend?
Oh, yeah, run through it, brother.
All right. Clee 22 with the 2-5-8-3 build. Going with Herbert, and it's your boy, Bo Nix. Herbert Nix, yeah, I'm good with stopping there. Could you have added a third? Sure. Did you need to? No. I think it's fine. And then Saquon, Jacobs, Harvey, Brooks, Keaton Mitchell, great running back room. Studs at the top.
Solid floor. You've got a lot of
really nice pieces here. Yeah, you got your stack piece of Keaton Mitchell, who's also your boy. So, yeah, no, I love that running back room. Wide receiver room, oh, doggy. Yeah, Jefferson, Neighbors, Carnell Tate. Then you pushed it, but you pushed it to Diggs. And I like taking Diggs as a push on the 4. And then you got the stack piece with Trey Harris. You got my boy Stribbers. You grabbed Antonio Williams. Maybe the only questionable pick, but it was at an ADP fall, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's at ADP fall. And I think, again, we'll see what happens there. But hey, I might have just had the Diggs Williams combo.
Yeah,
though.
you also could have the combo, and then even if Diggs signs, you got them both. With one works out 1 week, when the other one gets hurt, the other flourishes. You never know.
Sure.
And then your tight end room, anytime you go with Warren at the top, you've got a stud. And I love that. I know you love that. That is Draft Addict approved, my friend. And then Gadsden with the stack piece. If you are going to take a Gadsden, do it after ADP like you did, when you can stack him with Herbert like you did. So this is the perfect team to take Gadsden on, and behind a good solid one, so you don't have to count on Gadsden. So literally, this is like the perfect ideal roster to add a Gadsden share, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then Ingram
rounded it out with we don't have zero in the room, so he's represented that way.
He's represented. That's right. So and again, you could have made that in Njoku. You could have made that whatever. I think Ingram though is fine, and do it as a stack piece with your boy Bo Nix.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, that was great.
Yeah, the fun one.
I really enjoyed that. Loved the convo and discussion tonight, everyone. Really, that was awesome. I had a lot of fun with that. Loved the Alex Pierce discussion.
See, you can't even say it's Alec. You said Alex. It's not even worth getting his name right.
It's Alex. I mean, come on. Unless his last name is Baldwin.
Eric Barry.
Spencer Rip and Eliminator. All right.
I really had to twist your arm.
Yeah. All right. I'll do one with you. I need to go to the bathroom.
He's Cory, do one.
Talk to our boys for a minute.
Yeah, I'll hold it down. I don't know if you Zero, if you heard me earlier, but you asked about which it was a slow puppy, is what I. Am I on the clock on this one? Ooh, you boys on the clock. It's another slow. It actually. Oh yeah, maybe Dipin. If you're in here and you heard the call out, you made your pick. Appreciate that. Yeah, slow puppers. All right, so Daddy's on the clock here. So yeah, right now rocking a 0-3-3-1. We got Sutton and Harvey, 2 Broncos at the top. Dowdle, Addison, Downs, Cora, Mahomes, Monangai, Worthy, Laporta. I don't think I need to go any further than there. Chad, appreciate you, big dog. Thanks for coming on here. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, my man. Yeah. Yep. I got him at 35. So ADP 37 is but I took him both tonight. So I was watching just today, kind of getting some stuff around the house, and I threw on the Hartman show with Gab earlier, and they were talking about Hartman kind of had the same opinion of with Neighbors. He's like, I think I was just waiting on any positive news at all so I could just start going. I mean, I already had double-digit shares of him, but I think I want to say I'm 12. Actually, you know what? I have a great tool that can just tell me exactly how many shares we're at right now. Yeah, so 12. 12 is solid. That's a good number. Yeah, no doubt. Sucker bet. All right. So who am I going to pick here? I mean, in the build, bye weeks are all lining up great. I don't think I need to. Yeah, I don't think I need to pull the trigger on quarterback or anything like that. Sutton or RJ Hart. I don't think Sutton would really needs to go. You know what? I could go. I did take Waddle. It actually, and this is just my dumb brain, but Waddle still having the Miami jersey on in his headshot kind of messes. I just forget every time for a second. Oh yeah, he's in Denver. So So yeah, they really need to change. I mean, just change it to orange. But yeah, so I could double up and go Sutton, or go with the running, or go with Harvey. So not the two receivers, but the running back there. We'll see what Spence thinks too. We'll see what the big dog thinks. You back?
I'm back, baby. I'm back.
So real quick, I'm on the clock. That guy I was talking smack about at the 12th pick, he actually picked. He must have been listening. On my slow. So, where's the wide receiver one? And how are we? Yeah, agreed there. But yeah, right now 0-3-3-1. It's that Taylor, Hampton, Chuba, Neighbors, Waddle, Tate, Warren. Top available right now are Sutton and Harvey. So I have Waddle. Could go one of them and go with a Broncos build. And then, but also Rico, Addison, Downs, Cora, Mahomes, Manungai, Worthy, and yada, yada,
yada. I kind of am leaning RJ Harvey.
That's who I've been thinking. I've just been waiting for somebody else to hear it. Like,
yeah.
Because like
you could go Dowdle.
Like, yeah, I could go, but I think Harvey makes more sense for the build. And yeah, and then like Zero said, I think Taylor, Hampton, Chuba, Harvey. That would at minimum sustain me until like we get to the Algier.
Algier
Wayne, Kamara, yeah, or something like that. So yeah, I think that's the move. We did
maybe even Samson.
Want to talk Samson? Smiley face. Get him over to my place. The doctor said I need a backiotomy. God, if you're listening, help. So good.
I know. I just love it. I love every time. Just get them all in there.
Yeah, Samson. I know. Samson. Right near the beach. Boy.
All right. Well, I'm not going to waste much time and jump in this eliminator. What are you gonna? Are you bound?
I'll hang out for a few. I'm not gonna jump in the eliminator, but you guys do it. I'll hang out for a little bit.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. So, Zero. Anyone else who wants to do an eliminator draft? I've got it pulled up, and since I've got it pulled up, and Cory, you're still here. Why don't you do the magical 9-second countdown, my friend?
Yeah. All right. Here we go, baby. We're going 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter.
And I'm in. 6 more. All right. Hey. Beautiful. It worked again.
Is there what's the limit on it? Is it a max 150 on, or is there a max in the
150? I'm sure it's 150. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I figured that it was.
Yeah.
Yep. Zero, you're in. You're one of the 6, I'm assuming, my friend. 4 more to go. 4 more to go. All right.
I gotta be honest, I'm looking back at this team we just did. I really like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, me too. I mean, honestly, I really liked all of our teams that I reviewed there. I think we all nailed that draft.
I'm happy.
Obviously, only 2 of us are going to get tickets, but yeah.
If I don't, it's Bo Nick's fault.
It is Bo Nick's fault.
Yeah.
my team, like I said, I really enjoyed my wide receiver room, but when I see Burden and Parker Washington at the top, it's like, it
was just the way you presented it was what was funny to me. Of like, at first glance, it's not good.
Not good.
But if you think about it,
if you
run the numbers, analytics tells me it's actually the greatest of all time.
3 more, by the way. 3 more.
I hope they launch something soon. Something different, like, $5 ones. We can especially in the morning. Like, this morning I wanted to get the last couple in, but like in the morning, whenever getting up with the kiddos, it's just love to just mindless those $5 ones. It's great.
I know, like seriously, it is. Whenever there's the $5 drafts, whenever I wake up in the morning, first thing I do as I go and get in the shower is fire up a draft.
Just fire up a draft and let Jesus take the wheel.
That's how I do it every single morning, if there's one available. And if not, sometimes I still do it.
Right.
Glad I didn't do a lot of. Oh man, yeah, absolutely, buddy. All of those. I was looking at some early teams, and I was telling Cory, I'm like, some of my early builds, I had a lot of neighbors like in round 2, but as we were moving along here, I kind of don't feel that bad about it. All right, the draft is filled.
Let's see. I did not see it. I guess was it camp videos or something?
All right, I'm going through here.
Yeah.
I see Cleves and Zero. I think it's just me, Cleves, and Zero in this. I'm not noticing anyone else of our guys. But Cleves with the 1, Zero with the 6, and me rocking with the 11 like you did, Cory.
Yeah.
So I get to redo that again. Let's see what 11 I can put together.
Run it back.
So Zero, I want to hear if you can tell me in the comments why we're drafting here. Cleves, you too, if you have thoughts on this. How do you guys view drafting Eliminator versus regular contest? Do you change things up with how you draft guys? Do you try to be more safe? Do you still focus on sealing so much? Do you focus sealing but mix in more? Like, for instance, you still will take sealing play of Neighbors, but would you be more apt to take a floor play of Shakir later whenever normally, like, I don't take much Shakir unless it's PPR? You know what I mean? Like, stuff like this. Does it change anything, or do you just sort of draft the same? Let's see what Zero says. I don't change that much, but in theory, you can get more risky since it's a 1v1. I go for sealing, but more realistic outcomes. Zach says, no hurt guys.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Don't draft the guys that get hurt.
Because you can be gone week 1. You gotta even get past week 1 before you worry about. It's a great call. Cleve says, makes more floor. Yep. I don't go for handcuff RBs as much. Yep. I see all of that. Obviously, I have this year, again, this is my first Eliminator draft from this contest. I did like 4 of the Frenchie Eliminators, so I did a couple in that, but it wasn't many. I have drafted a lot of Eliminators in the past, and I was going to fade it completely, but of course, Zero had to drag me in. Now the floodgates are open. Now I'll wake up in the morning with no contest and do an Eliminator. So, all right. So, speaking of talking about running backs not wanting to take the handcuffs, I agree. Let's go with one of the most solid running backs around in James Cook. And I see that Derrick Henry has a much higher ADP as I'm looking here. So, Cory, in the Eliminator ADP, Derrick Henry is right after Saquon. So he's actually who lines up for my next pick. Because if Saquon goes here, which he did not see, Derrick Henry went on the turn. So, I mean, I feel like I have to take Saquon now. But if Saquon would have gone, I could always take Bowers. You know me. I could always take Bowers. But I could have taken Chase Brown, I think, maybe as a safer weekly play with about as much ceiling as Hampton. I don't know. But I went Saquon. So Cook, Saquon, feel good with that. One thing I don't really like JSN that much in BBM at pick 5, but JSN is probably better in Eliminators because JSN is just going to get targets fed to him every week. I get it. If you think his ceiling isn't that high, it makes more sense for to not take him in BBMs, but I get that. Mm-hmm. One thing to consider is later QBs go earlier. Think Bryce, Rodgers, Geno, Brissett range. Okay, that's good to note. Let me go take a quick gander at ADPs. Yeah, Bryce 150, Rogers 157, Gino 165. And I know a lot of times you can get Gino in the 180s or later. So yeah, Mendoza's though that makes sense why Mendoza's lower. He's 181, even below Brissett,
Yeah,
because who
you
knows
don't know
when,
it.
and
Yeah,
your team could be gone by the time Mendoza is the starter.
sure.
So that makes a lot of sense. I get it, and I think he does have the ceiling, but as we've discussed, I do think that like I just the last draft, I went with McCaffrey over JSN because I think McCaffrey has a higher ceiling than JSN, period. But JSN's way safer. He probably could win you 675, but the variance is lower. Yeah, what I was just saying. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so let's see what you guys did. So Zero started JSN, as we mentioned, and Achan. Interesting with Achan. Klebs, Kyron, and Josh Allen. Ooh, I like this. We are mixing things up. This is fun. Kyron, I agree with the weekly steadiness and getting him as a 2. Josh Allen, what's there to say about Josh Allen? I mean, you get the best quarterback, period. Why not go ahead and do that? A guy who could crush on literally any given week because of his rushing touchdowns. Mendoza will kill it in the preseason and start week 1. Zach, I hope so. Bud, I hope so. And I
That
think
would be
that is
tight.
possible.
That'd
I
be
do
awesome.
think that's possible. And I would love it. And it does make you think that maybe if you're taking a third quarterback and you can get him at later than that 180 something ADP at the end of this is probably not too bad. This is
Oh
a lot of
wow.
fun, and we can all advance. Absolutely. There goes Stafford. Say what?
Okay, I was about to say, like, am I
To the
missing something on the eliminator thing, or
well, here's the thing that maybe just happened.
is it like a
Maybe he queued
schedule
him.
thing? Yeah,
Maybe he queued him because he has Puka, and then maybe he got autoed. Did that just maybe he got autoed?
yeah. If this is what
Okay.
eliminator is, maybe that might have sold me right there.
So now Zay at the end, I think this is a very similar argument to JSN. Zay is obviously Zay is not as good as JSN, but it's a similar argument in the that he has some ceiling, but he has a really nice weekly balance. So I'm happy taking that there. And then, I mean,
Yeah, it's one of those like picks that Stafford goes early, like a super flex, like or whatever league, and if someone's not really keen to it, they're like, "Wait a minute, what?" But yeah, like Stafford going there, it's like, man, is he like a eliminator cheat code that I don't know about or something? But
yeah, he's a cheat code, bro. Stafford MVP, baby.
yeah, no, I was about to say, like, does he have a really nice schedule at some or whatever? I don't know.
God, this is tough. Lad McConkey or Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs as my running back 3 or Lad as my 2? Cory, make it for me.
What was Lad is always my answer.
I knew that was your answer, so I did
Between
it.
Lad or who?
Jacobs.
Oh, yeah, with your start, I think Lad.
I love Jacobs, as you know, from a not only ceiling but a weekly floor standpoint. But man, what's not to love about the Zay Lad start from wide receiver? I mean, shoot, why not?
Spencer, we got a question for you here.
Oh, yep, thanks. Because I'm looking at the draft board. When I look at the draft board, I'm not seeing Spencer. Aren't you worried about James Cook against the Texans week 1? Dang it, Zero! You had to bring up week 1 schedule. Like I've looked at week 1 schedule. Dude. Apparently, I should be.
You gotta know, brother. You gotta know that stuff.
Oh, I love it. Cory is like, WTF is happening?
Yeah, this is wild. I'm kind of here for it, though. I love the chaos.
What kind of tequila drinker are you, Zero? Are you a classic Don Juan type of guy or what?
Don Juan? You mean Don Julio?
That's what I mean. Yeah, Don Julio.
Don Juan.
Is there a Don Juan? That's the knockoff Don Julio. I worked at a liquor store, but it was 2007 whenever I did, so that was a hot minute ago. Corey, you remember those liquor store days?
Oh, how could I forget?
He was just kidding because people worried about that, but it's 612. Uh, okay, help me out, Corey. How do you say this? Herradura?
Herradura, yeah.
I love the
Ultra
Herradura.
Anejo.
Ultra Anejo. Buddy, you just taught me something that I have never heard of. And I don't drink tequila. I don't drink, period. But I'm gonna put that on the list because I would if someone had it. The last time that I had tequila, Corey and I's buddy Duggar had a thing of peanut butter tequila, and he was like,
Oh yeah.
you've got to try this, and it was actually really good. I liked it a lot, actually.
Oh
Look it
yeah,
up,
no, it
it's
wasn't
really
Screwball.
tasty.
Screwball is the peanut butter whiskey or whatever, isn't it? Is that it?
I could run it. He left
But-
the bottle here, and it's on the top of my fridge, so I could run and go see.
Yeah,
But-
I would never. But like, my Mrs. Stack and I are going to Mexico at the end of September, and I will definitely be sipping on tequila.
I wrote it down so I can
Yeah.
remember.
Definitely, we'll be having some tequila while I'm there.
I consider it an entry level into premium tequilas. Okay, it's an entry tequila. By the way, how about Zero getting Neighbors at 54?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, baby. And Cleve's rocking
that is-
Bird and Loveland at the turn. Gosh,
Good.
these teams are freaking coming together beautifully.
Yeah, it's a good thing there's 6 advancing. If you're getting Neighbors at 54, ooh, doggy. Yeah.
Okay, now I got a choice. DJ Moore, Warren. Do I give Warren the chance to get taken at the turn? I don't think so. I think I grab Warren first, just in case the guy at the turn would take him. And then if DJ Moore goes, who cares, right? It's not the end of the world. But I do think DJ Moore is pretty darn good, seems like to me, for this format. Now, I think buys probably are something that I should pay attention to more in this than anything too, because you don't want to have too many guys buy on the same week because you got to advance that week, right? So I think paying attention to buys matters. And I did have Ladd and Cook already. All right, good. He went. All right, let's just make this easy on me. Tony Pollard.
Boy, I
Make that
real
easy.
quick.
I could have
not
gone
to-
Tate. Tate
not to-
was there. I could have gone Tate. I would have in a normal, but go ahead.
Not
What
to
are you
beat a
gonna say?
dead horse here. I had to go just see if I'm missing something. I went and looked at Alec Pierce's game log. I'm like, you guys are nuts.
I just told you. I told you his points.
I know, but god dang. I
The
mean,
point, the access
know.
to those points. That's what matters.
Sure.
Again, he did exactly the
His
theory
biggest
for
game, his
you.
biggest game of the year didn't even happen in the fantasy season.
Well, then who cares? I wasn't looking at that. I was only
Yeah.
looking at weeks 1
I
through
know you were
17.
looking at that. That was week 18, player.
So again, yeah, that was not on my list of numbers that I said. The
And I'm
list of
assuming
numbers I said
that
was
against
only 1
Houston,
through
which I'm
17.
assuming that they didn't play anybody. I'm assuming Houston must, because there's no shot that Phillip Rivers or whomever started that game lit up Houston for that. 30 put up 38 on Houston. No way. Houston had to have sat everybody. Okay.
No
I
way.
I mean, they're
I love it. Just we're going to be talking about Alec Pierce for a long time.
oh man, I honestly, I really expected a lot of agreeing there. So I was, and the thing, you got him at 90, so it's sure, it's not my thing. but I get it.
93 actually.
Oh yeah, and that's
Let's get it
fine.
right here.
That's fine. Yeah,
Bye weeks matter more in Eliminator. Obviously, if one of your players goes for 30 to 40 plus, he can carry your 1v1 by himself, even with less players for sure. It's super rare, though, obviously, that hardly anyone will go to 30 for 40 plus. Those are what I like to call Hall of Fame games, and they are rare. But it's good practice to avoid overstacking buys, yeah, for sure. It was Riley Leonard week 18, but Alec got ejected around halftime or early third. He did his damage in less time.
Yeah, it was Riley Leonard. But I mean, but looking at the defensive snaps and everything, yeah, they definitely sat a lot of guys.
Man, Cleves is killing it here at the 1. He just got Caleb and QJ. So Caleb for his Bears stack, and he can be done at QB now, I would say. Now, I don't know what's the preferential thought of 2 versus 3 in this. I think it's probably close to the same as normal. And for me, I think if you have a 2 that's as good as Josh and Caleb, you roll with it. 0 hasn't done one yet. I've not done one yet. My thought is to do 3 and push the 3 till later. Have them stacked or unstacked. I don't really care in this as much. I don't think. I know. I don't care about stacking my quarterbacks with his players. I don't think anywhere near as much in this. It's fun. It's nice if you can do it, but I don't think it's necessary. With that said, though, Herbert made it, so I'm gonna stack him with Ladd.
Stack it up.
He made it here. So.
Yeah. I mean, buying Chargers early is a good thing because they tend to let you down later in the season, and they always have injury problems no matter what. It's crazy. As a Chiefs fan, it's funny. But anyway, I have to go.
You have to go? Okay.
Yep, I'm going to hop. But
thanks for hanging around.
Sure. Yeah. I just wanted to, for the brand and cheer you guys on. You guys are crushing it. Great team so far. Love it. It was a fun night. I have a feeling somebody tonight might have become a millionaire. So that's exciting.
Absolutely, buddy.
Yeah.
Man, Courtland Sutton. I think Courtland Sutton is a good pick for this. I think he's going to be consistently targeted.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cor, hey, again, thanks, bud.
We'll see you later. See you, boys.
Cleve says, later, Cory.
Later, guys.
Bye, Cory, for the brand.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I prefer 3 QBs in the Eliminator, even with an elite. Maybe Josh Allen is fine for 2, though. Okay, so you do prefer 3. Got you. So you're probably along the lines of me thinking 3D. What do you think about them needing to be stacked or not? Less stacked options in this compared to others. But with Lamar, JD5 May, I still go 3 often. Obviously Josh Allen is the one. I would say probably Lamar is in the same boat where you could go just 2 and be fine, depending on if your 2 was someone as good as Caleb. Like if it was Jalen Hurts, like Lamar and Jalen Hurts, for instance, I'd be fine stopping there. But yeah, I'm going to do 3, that's for sure, with this build. You need less stacking in general, but with 3 QBs, I prefer to stack increased ceiling while having 2 more outs. But with 3 QBs, I prefer stack to increase ceiling while having 2 more outs. Yeah, I get that. I get it. I do. And Cleves went ahead and took the 3, and he took a strong 3. Ooh, Patty Mahomes, look at you. And then Worthy. Oh, buddy, crushing it. Let's see how your running back room turns out. But you got the 2 studs at the top. Yeah, I really like this build, Cleves. And then, of course, 0. I wonder how many of these you've done now. Are you over 100? I know you said you did a lot early, but you're very strong at wide receiver. And again, with getting neighbors in the middle here, you've got your 2 studs above, your 2 studs below. You've got 3 good running backs, the 3rd being Ramondre. Now you're about to come up. Is it time to jump in for QB1 or tight end 1? Or are you still going to push it? I see that Kraft is still there. Makes sense. He could start on the IR. I get that. I feel perfectly fine with taking Kraft in a normal draft. I get fading him in this one. I'm definitely more of a fan, and you're more of a Pitts. I know this. But Jackson Dart, there you go. Get the QB1 out the way. Have it be a stacked piece. Have it be a guy with a good floor and ceiling. There goes Kraft, the very next pick. Jordan Mason. All right. So as we're coming back to me, there goes Fannin. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to bet on him being healthy, and I'll take Brooks here. Feels like a good spot. 107. Yeah, I'm fine with that as my fourth. And I feel comfortable with just betting on him being healthy right now. So why not? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then as we come back around here, so I've got my tight end one, my quarterback one. So I'm rocking a 1-4-3-1. He just took Aaron Jones. I'm not a Bill guy, and he's a 7. I think this is the time for me to take quarterback 2 and go with a stack piece with Sutton and go Bo Nix. Bo Nix, Herbert and Nix. And then I will get a third as well. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I feel good with those picks. Let's see here. I like skinny stacks mostly. I have 23 left after this one, though, so you're getting there. You won't even have this before too long. Geno QB1, see what happens. That's right, Hartman. You know it, buddy. Hartman, good to see you in here tonight. Either Kraft or Dart stack for me. Yeah, Kraft or Dart stack for me. I can find a tight end value later easily than securing a stack. Yeah, and with tight end, I feel even better, I think, with this. And you got Kittle. Why not? I still think I feel even better with this at pushing tight end than I do in a normal one, because on any given week, again, tight ends score the least amount compared to every other position. So with you versus one other person, I don't know, just do a 3 build, and if it works, it works. This is a crapshoot, buddy. Zero is got his first tight end and quarterback off the board, like we said. Now we're coming back to Cleves. Cleves rocking the 3-2-3-1 start. Any running backs you're going to do here? Nope. Kelsey, pair with Mahomes. Look at that. Look at that. Loveland and Kelsey. Dubs, beautiful. All right, so you are building an amazing team, Cleves, with just the potential lack of running backs. And I mean, Gibbs and Kyron, I get it. I get it. I see what you're doing here. Okay, now we're coming back around. I'm paying attention to no one else's team in this, just looking at ours. And Zero, seeing here what you might do if you go back to quarterback or tight end. I'm assuming you're probably, are you Ferguson over Likely in this? I would assume so. I think I am. Even though you have Dart, would you still take Ferguson over Likely? Dart has the same bye as Kittle, or Likely. Well, they all have the week 8. There goes Higgins. Ferguson's still there. Tracy or C-Rod, I think definitely both those are better tournament plays. Golden, I don't feel great with Golden. I think Ferguson might be the best pick here. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Nope, C-Rod. You're going C-Rod. Okay. No problem with that. C-Rod can be fine, right? I think he could be fine. What's he going to give you from a ceiling standpoint? I don't know. 8-9 points. That might be all you need. Not touching tight end for a while. I get it. I thought Ferguson made some sense. Because I do think Ferguson is a pretty good weekly floor, like, 8 to 10 points. Okay, back to me. Ferguson made it, but I'm going to go with KC Concepcion. I feel pretty good with Concepcion there, and I would take Concepcion, and I'd still add Boston in. I don't have a problem with taking them both on this. Now, do I want to take my third quarterback and be done is the question. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, all week 8 buys for them. Or I could take a 5th running back now and grab I'm going to go Diggs, actually, over anything else because Diggs got a sign, and he should be good. He should be good. Dang it, Diggs. Please be a good pick there. I hope that's a good pick there. I could have gone Mitchell and taken another week 7 running back that would have paired with my quarterback with Herbert. I could have taken Algier. I was about to go Woody Marks, and you see he just went the pick before. Like, that's because I didn't have a week 8. So I thought about Woody for that, and then Woody was gone before I could even make a decision. Back to 0. Likely goes before. We know you weren't going to take Likely anyway. We had a little tight end run with Ferguson and Goddard. Going DJ, Daniel Jones. That feels fine. I think Daniel Jones feels very similar to what? Geno. Maybe a little bit safer, but Rodgers, I think he feels about the same as them. Look at CJ Stroud dipping. CJ Stroud dipping low here. All right, Cleves, let's see what you put together, brother. It is coming back to you. I would have taken Goddard and pushed QB one more round, but they made my choice for me. I hear you. Goddard would have been, I love Goddard, so I would have liked that pick for you too. There goes Rashid Shaheed to Cleves. And who are you pairing with him? You going to go back to running back ever, or are you just going to push it to the end and bulk it? You're pushing it to the end and bulking it. So at 3-2-5-3, Burden, QJ, Worthy, Dubs, Shaheed. And then I'm assuming you're going to do 2 more wide receivers. So you're going to do a 3-5-7-3. Is that your thoughts? Be interested to find out, buddy. And as we are coming back to 0 here, there goes Omar Cooper, Chigakonkwo, a pick away. CJ Stroud still on the board. Again, he's an 8. I know that. Same as Dart. Bryce Young, he still hasn't grown those extra 8 inches, so I doubt highly that you take him. Naylor, hardly newer. Just a thought. Missed out on Tucker after DJ. Ron, there we go. Yep, so Ron was the answer. And he does give you a pair piece with the Pit Man. There goes CJ and Bryce. Now as we get ready to come back to me, let's see. The guy here has Goff and Darnold. Will this person go Geno? He has Garrett Wilson. Yes. Why don't we just put a stop to that and go ahead and snipe this guy if he was going to take Geno and get my 3rd quarterback? Because after that, again, Mendoza's the only one that I even would want to take, and even that, I don't feel as good as Geno in this format. Even though I am very confident that Mendoza's going to be the guy, but Jennings and Schultz back to me, and I have 3, 4, 5. I still don't have an 8. Oh, Alvin Kamara. Come on down, my friend. Even better than that Woody Marks pick when I got Diggs. I'm so glad the guy took Woody Marks now and I got Diggs, was still getting Kamara, because I think Woody Marks is better than Kamara. Do not get me wrong. But I think as my 5th running back, it's not that much of a difference to my team, Woody Marks versus Kamara, when considering I was able to add Diggs as my 4th, 5th wide receiver. Yeah. Ooh, I love it. Love how it's coming together. Love it when a good plan comes together. Cleves earlier, whenever I was asking what his build is going to be, he goes, it'll be something. We are all cooking, buddy. Absolutely. And then Samson. Gonna call Samson. Come on down. So you have pushed wide receiver now, but again, you rocking the 3-5-5-1. We already discussed, like you said, you feel happy pushing tight end to the end. Are you looking at 3-5-7-3 as well, Zero? I think that's what I'm looking at. Me and Zero have the same start with a 3-5-5-1. All right, Sean Tucker. So the answer is your first running back to go with towards the end is Tucker. Going to go B-Rob or push another position? Oh, Braylon. Okay, Tucker and Braylon. I respect it. Braylon over B-Rob. I'd have gone B-Rob because Braylon may have made it. back around. But hey, Braylon could be better than B-Rob. That's 100% in the cards. Could see that completely. All right. And Boston went after the last pick of Dylan Sampson. So no Boston for me. He did not get to fall back around. But Zero probably wouldn't have let that happen anyway. He probably would have grabbed him with this pick had he not gone here at 16-4. And let's see what you do here. This draft is flying. It is. Probably 3-5-7-3 unless 3-5-6-4. I guess you could do. I think, well, if Kittle starts on the pup, I guess that's the reason why. Let me look at your wide receivers again. JSN, Tet, Neighbors, BTJ, Pittman. Yeah, you could probably get away with 6. Barner feels good, though. I like the Barner pick there. I'd say that's leaning back more towards the 3 build, but I get it. I still am open to you doing either way there. And I really want to go Debo here, but I'm going to push Debo and go TJ Hawkinson as my 2. That feels really good. Tyler Warren, TJ Hawkinson. I feel good with Hawkinson that late as a 2. There goes Mooney and K-Dot. Okay, so I can still take Debo. Debo's going to sign, right? Debo's going to sign. But Pat Freiermuth would be really solid for this format. I'll leave Pat Freiermuth as a potential for 0. 0, I'm going to leave you the chance to get Freiermuth to stack with Rodgers. And I'll grab Debo here. Let's see. He may not even make it to you, but if he does, just know I'll let that happen. Leaning back to 3 tight end. Yeah. Had to secure tight end with all the guys having 1 to 2 for sure. There goes Pat Freiermuth. So he didn't make it. Dang it. Didn't make it. My neighbor has 5 tight ends. Oh, man. Which one has 5? This one right here. Pick 7. The guy who took Kraft. Then he took Pitts. Likely Gadsden Sadiq. That's too many tight ends. Calvin Ridley, come on down. Lock it up. Lock it and load it. Feels like a good, solid pick for this. I don't know what his ceiling is, but again, this late, he should get pretty consistent targets weekly, don't you think? I think so. All right. And then we're about back to Cleves. So, Cleves, I want to be very interested to see what you do here, buddy. Are you going to keep any running backs rolling? Or are you going to go back to wide receiver? I'm sure you're good at tight end and quarterback. I would be shocked if you added to those rooms since I think they're plenty good enough as is. There goes ZB. What are you going to do, my friend? What you going to do? Oh, he's been auto drafting? Huh. Getting all the ADP value? Sure is. Stribling. My boy, Stribbers. Going back to running back. Nope, Pat Bryant. Screw it. Running back is what it is. And you could always add in one more with Mr. Irrelevant too, I guess. Although obviously Mr. Irrelevant is way more likely to be relevant if he's a wide receiver than a running back. But there's going to be a few down there that you could take that might be something. Connor, K-Tron, P. Ryan, Claiborne, DeMercado, Isaiah Davis. Isaiah Davis, you took Braylon. You could take Isaiah Davis too. Just have them both. No, all thoughts. We'll see who makes it. Zero, what did you just do there, my friend? I missed it. You grabbed, where are you at here? Right here in the middle. Bateman. Wicks went before, went ahead and grabbed Bateman. 3-5-7-2. Yep, so you'll be going with Michael Mayer in the last round. I am positive of that. And I am up. I'm going to go with wide receiver, tight end. I mean, I don't normally draft. I've been trying not to draft him much, but I'm going to do it. Cooper Kupp. Why not? This feels like the time to do it. Zay, Lad, Sutton, Concepcion, Diggs, Debo, Cooper Kupp, Warren, Hawkinson. Do I go back to tight end or wide receiver? Do I grab T. Ferg? I think I'm good at tight end. I think that Warren and Hawkinson I'm going to roll with. Warren's not till 13, so week 6 I'll be fine. Yeah, let's just roll with it as opposed to Turd Ferguson. Keon Coleman has just, I would say, probably the same level of risk / ceiling boom bust weekly as Ferguson when you factor the positions. Yeah, I like that. I feel good with it. 3-5-8-2. Hey, Michael Mayer. It's like I've drafted with you a time or two. Am I right? Why not? Great eliminator pick. Hey, he could be. Absolutely. I get your argument for it 100%. You know, I've drafted on some teams. I've done it because of you talking about him, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have even thought to mix him in this year. But yeah, man, love it. Why not? That's right, buddy. That is right. Okay, I'm going to take myself off the screen here. We'll see Mr. Irrelevant talking about Cooper Kupp, but Mayor too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why not with Cooper Kupp? This feels good. There goes Turd Ferguson. All right, and Cleve's last pick will be. Let's find out if you're going to go running back here. Katron, you're pick away from Katron. I personally, that's what I would do if it was me. Let's see what you do. Counting it down, Cleves. Take it to the wire. Take it to the limit. Katron! Boom, baby. There it is. Katron Allen for the win. Love it, brother. Love it. Okay, let's switch back over here and let's check out our final rosters. I think we all did really well. Here. Well, I'm on mine, so might as well start with it. Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, Geno Smith. I've got stack pieces with Herbert and Bo. Stacks, again, as I said, I don't feel as necessary in this. Geno, I feel perfectly fine with as a 3. James Cook, Saquon, Tony Pollard. The Tony Pollard pick was somewhat questionable back whenever I took him. I forget exactly who was there that I was looking at instead of. Let me go right back up here. It was Carnell Tate. It was the two from the same team. I could have taken Carnell Tate, but seeing how running back went, I'm glad I did that. Then Jonathan Brooks and Kamara, especially with them as my 4 and my 5, because we know the potential risks or zeros that Brooks and Kamara can be, but also the upside that they could be. So I feel good with my running back room. I think I at least am good enough. I think my team should be good enough to be in the top 6 to advance past week 1. Zay Flowers, Lad McConkey, Cortland Sutton, then Concepcion, Diggs, Debo, Cooper Kupp, Keon Coleman. Diggs and Debo better sign soon. They've got to sign soon, right? They're the top 2 free agents still there, them and Keenan. And I guess Tyreek, but as we've discussed, Tyreek's probably not playing. Tyler Warren, TJ Hawkinson. I hope Tyreek plays, but I'm not counting on it. I've just stopped taking him altogether. Yeah, I feel good with this team. This was a good first, won't be only since the door is cracked open now, eliminator build. All right, from pick 1, Cleves did the 3-5-7-3 like we discussed. The 3 awesome quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Caleb Williams, and Mahomes. You should have a great score there every week. We'll come back to this. Your wide receiver room, I really enjoy it quite a bit. Luther Burden, QJ, Worthy, Dubs, Rashid Shaheed, Stribling, Pat Bryant. I guess we can argue that maybe there's not enough weekly floor with QJ and Worthy. Maybe Shaheed too. Maybe. But also that can be there. Like, honestly, I really like what you did. I really do. And I love your tight ends. Your tight ends and quarterbacks are nails. Just really, really good. And then I said it the whole draft. Can Gibbs and Kyron work with double Allens and Sean Tucker? We'll find out, won't we? I think you can easily advance past week 1. I think that all of us will advance, be in the top 6. But we'll see. I have no clue. I mean, honestly, I have no idea. It doesn't seem like it'll work to me, but buddy, it might, because Gibbs could be enough. I mean, in a 1v1, Gibbs could be enough. I believe that. I really do. I think that Gibbs could be all that you need. Jackson Dart, because he can outscore the other person that you plays 2 running backs. Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers. Yep. I don't love the DJ pick at that spot compared, but at the same time, why not? I didn't see at that spot any reason. I just said he's basically feels the same as Rodgers to me. And then you got Rodgers, so you got them both. So yeah, I think that this, as you've discussed and as it just sort of makes sense in my mind, this quarterback trio can work just fine. Achane, I didn't go back to talking Achane. Achane's super intriguing to take for Eliminator. I guess it's just kind of thinking him through. I guess it makes sense because he's just going to be he's like the all-in main focal point of that offense. That what's his floor on any weekly time going to be? Probably double-digit points, 10, 11, 12. And he'll have a lot of 20s. So, yeah. So, C-Rod, we discussed that as well during the draft. I love your running backs as a whole. I think that Achane, Breece Hall, and Ramondre is great. I'm always in on the Samson play. C-Rod is, whatever. We'll see. JSN, Tet, Neighbors, BTJ, Pitman, Ridley, Bateman. Oh, yeah. Yep. I talked about it during, got nothing to say. Studs. Kittle, Barner, Mayer. I think it's going to be fine because I think Kittle's going to be there week 1. But because the pup that he's put on, that's the preseason pup, right? Like, we don't know that he's going to be on the pup to start the year. I would rather him not play in the preseason. Kittle doesn't need preseason. He's George freaking Kittle. Just be there week 1. I'm going to say he'll be there week 1. Even if not, though, Barner and Mayer can get you by, hopefully, with the rest of the team being good enough to get you by until Kittle comes back, which I guess maybe the latest week 5. All right. There we go. Zero said Pollard was a great choice. Yeah, I appreciate it. Over who was it again? I said Tate. Yeah, and with the running backs, it will. And then it might. I think you were talking about whenever I was discussing your running backs. Sorry, I can't. I wish I could see the comments while I'm reviewing the teams, but I have to switch tabs over, so I can't see the comments while I'm reviewing teams. If Darnold fell back over Dimes, I feel even better. 100%. Oh, I could not agree with that more. If you had Darnold in there with JSN, I feel so much better about that. I'm worried Achane gets shut down late in the year if he's banged up, but early season feels great. That's a legit fear. Of course he could be shut down because they can be so bad. But yeah, I still Achane should be an awesome pick. I doubt he starts on actual pup. Same. We're right there in the same boat. I do not think he will start on the pup. I think he'll be there week 1. That's what I'm betting on. Kittle's a freak. It's kind of like AP back in the day, right? All right, guys. Zero, thanks for talking me into doing that extra eliminator. That was a lot of fun. And if you leave some open, we'll see if you do or not. But if you leave some open, then we have another situation like this, then I'll do another one with you on another night. But for tonight, I'm going to call it. It's almost midnight here, and I've been at work since 8 this morning. So I am ready to sit back, take it easy, and call it a night. But this was super fun. I had a great time. Oh, you're welcome, brother. That was awesome. Appreciate it. Say just a few, just in case we have this situation happen again where we're streaming and we really don't have anything else to do because other contests have filled. Like Tuesday, are we going to have a new contest Tuesday? I guess we'll see. Cleves, you too, brother. Thanks so much for drafting with us. Love you hanging out and always being here drafting. It's great. Maybe week 2 after Australia. Oh, Kittle, if he doesn't. So they're playing in Australia. I have not seen the overseas schedule. I've not even bothered looking at it yet. So I guess the 49ers are playing old down under. All right. Well, guys, this was super fun. Had a great time. Cory, as always, thanks for being on with me earlier, brother. My draft addict brother right there. Me and him, I love rocking it every week with him. This has been great. I want to do a shares review video soon. I've been talking about it for a long time, since literally the beginning of July, and I haven't done it. I do have, just to show you real quick, I do have my shares loaded now onto here. So like this is whenever I was searching for Gadsden earlier to see what he was at. This is in my main slate all contests. And just to kind of look real quick at the guys at the top, look at this 26.6 Bowers, baby. Love it. But that's come at the expense of Nico and London, 5% each. So they're under. I probably should dial this back down to like 20, 22, 23 and get a few more percents to these guys. But hey, it is what it is. But we're not going to go through and look at all these shares right now. That'll be for another time. But yep, Zero, good night, brother. You guys have a good one, and I will see you again soon. And until the next time, keep drafting. See you guys.